Uh, first things first. 7 pounds. I'm going to be a little unusual about this. I'm going to send you a quick message, Derek, before we get to it.
Yeah, no problem. Take your time. Take your time. Everyone ready to meet your new best friend?
Why does that sound threatening?
It is.
He can be. I'll set up. Awesome. Oh, by the way, and Ryan, thank you for putting pronunciations guides in these characters. Some of these.
Have I? I hope I have. Or at least I should start.
For Thyreasius, you have. Thank you.
Oh, for Tiresias I have, because he's one I just can't fucking understand. Okay, there's your message, Derek. Let's get to the game. Wow. We're back to it. Too much time off from this game. No more, I say. We're going to be keeping it pretty steady for the next little while, as far as I know. So, I'll do a little bit of an extended recap for the sake of our wonderful new player. It is the era of heroes, as it has been designated by Zeus. Hermes was sent out to collect the most, pretty much all the demigods of the land, whether be it by lesser gods or greater gods or the Olympians themselves. All were summoned. Some failed to reach the top of the mountain. Some failed to know humility before the greatness of the gods. Some failed the challenges. But those most victorious have claimed either sort of adoptive parentage from one of the Olympians through the trading of divine blood, or by the very grace of being acknowledged by their divine parents, such as Vasaliki, born of Zeus, acknowledged as the will of Zeus. Yes, you've all descended from the mountain, and now it's like, gotta build my legend. Let's go find some fucking shit that needs slaying, some monsters that need killing, some maidens that need saving from towers, whatever. However you mean to forge your legend, it seems that the path has led you south. You have been invited by King Amphion and his brother Zethus of Thebes to come and meet him at his court. Attica, a very central place in the civilized world of Greece these days. And so you have traveled south and met many travels and tribulations as you went. You found yourself in Iolokos, the capital of Thessaly. Made your way even more south than that, making your way through the mountains and fighting off Dracari barbarians. You have found your way further south than that, past Mount Othrius, the former place that the Titans made their great fortress upon. You went into Thyia, where Candybus' home was found in some troubles and tribulations. And the party supported the fated king-to-be, Peleus, who is now the king of Thyia and has become one with good grace and honor, and by the help of the party. You have made your way even further south than that to the wildlands of Attica, making your way into Orchomenus, where you have learned from this city of some heroism that's going on down south. Some new heroes seems to have done some cool stuff, but not much more than that. And basically resupplying before the final trek to Thebes, which begins now. And I believe I just rolled a random encounter dice last session, and nothing happened. So, you guys left Orchomenos. You traveled south down the river, following the paths very well known by Zethus, the hunter brother of King Amphion of Thebes. Made your way through the mountains, around the mountains, and through the hills further south until you finally came to Thebes, the great city of Thebes. Oh, I've been very excited to give you this handout because these are the nicest walls you've ever seen.
Shot you the message, Ryan.
Yep. Let me check. Understood. Love it. Okay, understood. All understood. We'll deal with the specifics of like equipment later, but
It's okay.
you have that.
Okay.
Cool. You approach the grand city of Thebes. Here's your handout with art of the beautiful city of Thebes. Surrounding Thebes for a great long while is all kinds of farmland, as you would expect, plenty of it. I'm gonna get real specific here about it. So I want you guys to, be immersed in all that.
Bring it on.
You haven't entered into the city itself, but easily can you see these massive, smooth, excellent walls built of perfectly stacked marble brick. You see, warriors patrolling the tops, massive gates. You guys are coming from the eastern approach, or excuse me, the western approach, and you're going to come to what Amphion would proudly describe as the Protetus Gates. You don't need to remember that, it's fine. But nonetheless, you begin to come close to this wonderful place. You see all the people working away. There is a lot of excitement, applause to see the king's return, hands held high and wave. People sort of come up, and naturally there's a little protectiveness from the brother Zethus. But many of the lower folk come around and surround Amphion and his brother. There seems to be love from the people towards Amphion. You don't come to a city-state of squalor or dissatisfaction. Nothing's perfect, but everybody seems fed, and that's great. But while this is all going on, I'm going to ask for passive perceptions from my 4 heroes. Who's got a good one for me? Thyia, Vasaliki? Imagine it's probably you two.
13.
Yeah, 13.
14.
14? Awesome. Who's got the highest?
Vasaliki is 15.
15. Yeah. So while all of this fanfare is being had and you guys approach these big, massive gates, you're going to kind of blink a couple times as you see someone familiar, but no one you've ever spoken to, from one of the more exotic demigods to have been on the top of the mountain that you guys never really spoke to. You see sort of seemingly preparing to make his way into the city. If you'd like to describe yourself, my newest character.
You see, standing, I'd imagine somewhat around 6 feet tall.
Could probably up that if you wanted.
That probably the 6.5, probably close to 7. Who knows?
Yeah.
You do not see a man, but a giant's black, seemingly beast. And as he turns around, you see the horns emerging from his head, and wielding a shield and spear by his side, you see a minotaur.
Oh.
What is important about this Minotaur, however, is that this isn't just some wild beast or barbaric monster. And that's generally what is known about Minotaurs, is that they're barbaric, savage, rage monsters that level cities and towns, and a single Minotaur can level an entire village. They're deadly, deadly creatures. But this one is unique because you recognize them from Mount Olympus, though nobody ever spoke to this person. It was referenced in game that there was a Minotaur there that nobody spoke to, so that's fun. And you would also see that bearing almost like a badge of office, perhaps, is a very fine shield with the symbols of Athena on it, which is probably why this particular Minotaur hasn't been murdered on sight, because it bears the symbols of Athena. How would Vasaliki, you're the one who spies this while everybody else is a little distracted. How would you react?
But the beast in your city, and she'll turn to King again.
He goes, what was that? And he kind of looks on, he goes, oh! So he just got here too. And he's like squinting, and at this point, a lot of attention is starting to be turned towards the Minotaur. He goes, one of the people says, oh, yes, good king. Yes, the Minotaur got here only an hour or two earlier. The guards I don't know what they're doing, but everyone's been kind of freaked out. But the shield's nice. Maybe they killed someone for it.
Do you need me to take care of this beast for you? And she'll like pull out her spear.
King Empion says, well, let your legend grow in Thebes already. By all means, slay the creature. If it's, of course, not loved by Athena and stole that shield, of course.
I'll find out. And yeah, she'll approach the Minotaur with shield up, spear in hand.
And I will say, definitely at this point, the rest of you demigods will have noticed this. When Vasaliki's like, you let a Minotaur, I'm sure all of you saw it. So if any of you wanted to join the approach or whatever, feel free.
Yeah, I think Romulos will be close behind Vasaliki.
All right. Beauty.
Yeah, Thyia's gonna walk over as well.
I'll approach cautiously. I'll stay in the back.
All right. You see,
I have a bad history with bulls.
Yeah. So, my new friend, being what you are, like, undoubtedly, you have been approached this way. Not necessarily by individuals of such, as you would recognize them as well. These were probably some of the more in the limelight individuals up on Mount Olympus. So, no one near of this caliber. But throughout your life, you certainly have been approached by people who would wish to slay a Minotaur, and unfortunately, most of the time, it's turned to violence. But so you're not unused to this kind of approach. But yeah, you see these four fucking straight out of legend, like sputtering up their legends, demigods. Four of them approach you, outnumbering you, outmatching you, which is not the usual case.
Do I recognize any of them?
Yeah, you recognize all of them. They were, like I said, these guys were, I don't want to use the word celebrity, but these guys were certainly pretty at the height of the drama around Mount Olympus. So I would say you probably know each of them by name, and by reputation alone.
Well, the first one I'd imagine is Vasaliki, correct?
Leading the crew, by the sounds of things, yeah.
Daughter of Zeus. It's good to see you. It's good to see you climb down that mountain in one piece. One piece. As well as the rest of your friends. Friends, actually, no. Have you made those two You're Amazon, correct?
My people's name out of your mouth, beast.
How
How did you get that shield? I'm sure you killed for it. Drop it on the ground where you stand, and I might let you live.
I'm an emissary for. My name is Thrasius. I am the emissary of Athena, and I have won this badge of honor by winning her trials. And no, I will not drop it.
Insight check. I know you're telling the truth, but
Yeah.
Vasaliki doesn't know.
No,
We
just
gotta
do it.
play it. We gotta play it. Yeah, give me a deception or persuasion check, Minotaur. No, it's okay, whatever. What'd you get on your insight?
11.
11. What'd you get on your persuasion?
16.
Yeah. Vasaliki, you are surprised that this person, you've met, barbarians and bestial men who have little time for words and more time for just mindless killing. And you're surprised that it knows you by reputation and has started diplomatically and also has the boldness and pride to not put it down, but also not be immediately turned to rage and slaughter at your threats. So you're like, at the very least, this is an unusual Minotaur, that they're less rage and more, vulnerable pride.
Do I recognize him from the mountain, or do we not see him?
You saw Minotaur, but, they kind of...
You see one, you see more.
You see one Minotaur, you see more.
Oh, man. Yeah, so I think Vasaliki will hesitate for a moment. It speaks and speaks well. I did not expect that from such a creature. What brings you to Thebes?
I did not expect such restraints from an Amazon. I've come here to Thebes to see because I was up on Mount Olympus, same as you. I remember the challenge laid before I think one of the Queen of Thebes. She insulted the mother of Apollo and Artemis, I believe, and her husband is coming back to try and sway her from the path of heresy. I want to see what the results are.
What makes you think you'll gain audience with the Queen?
Because like you, I am a champion of a god of Olympus, and he holds the shield up before her and shows it off very proudly. It bears the a bronze owl with a plant in its mouth.
You claim to be champion of Athena.
Yes. In fact, I am. Proudly so.
Tell me of your trials. How did you manage such a feat?
Beyond slaughtering those who tried to kill me, I solved her puzzles as well. I was the first to find my way out of a maze she laid down for us. The others who could not find their way out, I believe some may still be trapped in there.
A minotaur in a maze, you say? Does that ring any bells?
No.
Never. There's never been one
No.
of those.
No. Roll me a history check.
10.
You don't know much about minotaurs other than that they're like brutal barbarians and people often, especially as a hunter ranger, you would know that people speak of minotaurs as like a magnificent hunt because they're very, very tough and strong and enraged and hard to kill and harder to survive. But they're also strange for their ability to slip away from danger should the danger get too much. But you have never heard of minotaurs being associated with anything to do with mazes or labyrinths or anything like that before.
She'll lower her spear slightly and look to King Amphion.
He's like at the back with like all of his people around him, and they're all kind of like around and behind Amphion and Zethus, and they're like standing to the side, like maybe
Amphion?
they were looking for they were waiting on a little blood sport, but now it seems to have gone. Your spear's starting to go down. Maybe some of the people are like, oh, it's like a little din of that, but they watch with interest to see what happens. But they're a ways back. They're not involved in the conversation.
Do I see Amphion behind them?
It would be hard not to.
Hail Amphion, king of Thebes.
He looks to his brother. His brother's like shrugs a little. He goes, "Hail, creature! If you've come to assail these walls, I'm afraid you will not find your way through." He'll approach. And so definitely looking at you all, you can tell like he's like, he obviously doesn't know as much about you as you guys do. Like he has enough context. He goes, tell me, my friends, what have you learned of this beast that yet stands alive? Not a usual case for the creatures you come upon that are of evil nature.
Fear not, King Amphion. This Minotaur is a fellow. He kind of like looks at Thrasius, kind of wondering if he's a demigod. A fellow successful Mount Olympus progeny, I suppose.
You know what, Romulos? If you care to, you can make an insight check to kind of see if you can like look upon his physical form or sort of see if he aura farms well enough for a demigod. You know what I mean? Any of these things.
I'll save that. I rolled a 9.
9. You know, if you didn't have the head of a bull and the hooves and all that of a bull, you'd be like, yeah, like for sure. They've got ladies like stacked in like that area, demigod-esque stacked. But you're also like minotaurs are known to be like bestially strong. So you're like, I don't know, it's hard to tell. Never seen a minotaur demigod before.
Got it.
What the difference between a normal one is.
Mm-hmm. But nonetheless, he is an emissary of Athena. He has come to witness the hopeful atonement for. It's his wife, right? His wife's heresy. Your wife's heresy in the eyes of the gods.
He doesn't look too happy about that. I'm so glad to hear that my wife's fame comes not from her success as a mother, but rather her hubris. He looks to you, Minotaur. He says, "Why should I allow such a creature be such an honored guest in my halls and to see the intimate nature of my trials of my family?"
Because I would count among you my friends, and it is valuable to have a friend who is a minotaur.
Far more valuable to have a friend who is a king. I have, as you can see, many powerful warriors for friends.
And how many minotaurs?
I do not make a habit of inviting barbarians into my court, those that would see my walls torn down.
I do not wish to see your walls torn down. I wish to see them stand for many. I would like to see them stand for many a century.
You may want to find a safe place for your china, though.
Quite. He says, I do not know if I believe you, but he'll turn to the rest of you as well. He goes, tell me, do you think this Minotaur is telling the truth? At the very least, do you believe this shield is of Athena and is not just a pretty bauble that he might have stolen from some poor soul?
I believe him. Wasn't inclined to do so, but I think he stands true.
I mean, if he wasn't what he says he was, we would be in the middle of combat right now.
And what a shame that is. And as you notice, and when he spoke first to King Amphion, while you were talking to Vasaliki, he was like circling around, getting behind you, ready to probably get some really good tactics in there. But yeah, he says that from behind you.
Hey. He looks around you and goes, truly, you believe his story? He is the emissary of Athena, and the shield was given to him by the goddess of wisdom, a minotaur? Favored by Athena?
There's only one way to be sure. Perhaps we test him on our own.
Yes, I like this very much. Yes, let us, yes indeed, test the Minotaur, see if his wisdom lives up to what would need to be, what would need to be in order to earn the respect of the goddess of wisdom and strategy.
Yes, I feel that we will have to, seeing as how everyone in your retinue seems to be disappointed.
Oh, yes, my people, well, as you can imagine, as many in Greece do, thrive on the stories of monsters slain and heroes rising. How unusual to find one potentially in both? But yes, please, test the Minotaur, see that it has wisdom enough to have truly earned the favor of Athena.
So, Minotaur, how would you humble a queen?
Maybe not that way. Maybe we don't. This is my family, all right? This is very
That
personal.
would be an unwise question. That would be an unwise question to answer in front of the queen's king.
Well, my fate is not in this man to bring a woman down. But very well. Sorry, I struggled with that one. We'll just.
We can get that answer later.
No, we get it. You're an Amazon. You don't like men, but you're right. All right. Anyway, yes, let the trials continue.
Romulos looks at you from behind the Minotaur Vasaliki, and he gives you like a good job. Yes, I suppose to limit any damage, so should any party be a bit more agitated than others, we should go to a proper location where people can be tested correctly.
What did you have in mind?
Where is your nearest arena?
We have some that serve for such purposes within the city walls, but I would see it tested before entering within my city's walls.
Ah.
So, by all means, why not here, right on my doorstep? Leave it to a son of Ares to wish to test possibly a son of Athena with the power of the spear.
I am a champion of Athena. I made no
Of
claim of
course.
being her child.
This is a good point. Then whose child do you belong? Then who would you claim your parentage to if you truly went to the mountaintop and truly earned favor enough to have not been slain there and left with a relic of Athena as a badge of your offer? Who would you pay your parentage to then?
Above table Ryan. Is becoming the champion of God technically making them your parents?
Not necessarily. You can be the champion of a god and not have them as a parent. However, it would have been considered for you to have failed the trials, and you would never have been picked if you hadn't gained the parentage, the support of an Olympian god. So it was my assumption that you intended to do this with Athena.
I was very unclear about. I was not sure about that. It's
Oh,
just,
okay. My
You don't have to
unsure
literally
about
be
that
born
too.
from them, but
Yeah, I was
they
confused about
give you
that,
their
like-
blood to.
Yeah, so basically the requirement of going to the mountain is to find an Olympian to support you as their parenting god. Being a champion of a god is not a requirement. That's something that you can gain, but it's optional. So you, as we have spoken of, were born by a lesser god, not an Olympian. So by going to the mountain and receiving acknowledgement by a god, they would give you some drops of their divine blood to empower you to be a proper, proper warrior.
okay, then I guess Athena. Then
Beautiful.
keep it simple.
So
Keep it
you could be
simple.
both. You could be the champion of Athena and the.
Now I actually have an idea.
Okay.
What if the one who acknowledged me and welcomed me onto Olympus, although not quite the parent technically, but to offer me the blood, the Festus.
Do you have any idea what you've just done?
It's possible. I've watched the other episodes.
Oh,
Well,
but
let's.
maybe,
100%
We're in. Okay, we're
Athena,
in the
Athena,
game
let's
right
just-
now.
Athena,
Yeah,
Athena,
we're not going to
Athena,
change up what we
Athena,
were.
Athena.
Okay.
Athena.
Okay. All right, that's enough. So I'm going to quickly swap your race over to that, and that is my bad. I didn't perhaps explain that as well as I could have. But either way, yeah. So you are the demigod of Athena, not naturally born. Obviously, she's a virgin god, but you have been given her blood, and so you have been empowered. Cool.
And
Amphion persists and says, so, by all means. What
Thrasius.
tests would all of you give? Yes.
Thrasius, because you are the challenged in this case, who would you have to challenge you out of these demigods here?
I'm gonna roll a dice to see what happens. Please
Please don't
See,
look
Sure,
at me.
that'll work out in your favor.
Please don't look at me.
let's see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4. You, quiet, the silenced one, and he points back to Thyia.
So she'd been just kind of almost looking off and like looking, when somebody looks at you, but they're not really seeing you. They're just
Oh,
kind
the
of,
arch there.
they're just kind of like spaced out a little bit. That's sort of how she's been. Like if you looked at her, you would see that she's maybe not exactly present in that moment. And she does have a flask in her hand that every now and then she just takes a little nip off of. And she does still seem to be looking at you, but not seeing.
You're not paying attention to me.
Yeah.
Of a wineskin, perhaps.
She is 6'1" thick. She's not like a delicate maiden in a chainmail bikini. She's got thick shoulders, and I mean, she's strong. She's not chubby by any stretch of the imagination. But you don't get the idea that this is somebody who spends a whole lot of time working on her physique. It's that way because of the work she does. Around her is her cloak is an exotic cat of some kind, with the cat seeming like it's biting into her shoulder, like but the skull is intact, and there are 2 green emeralds for eyes with this perfect cat skin that's around her. And otherwise, she her legs are covered in skins. She's kind of olive skinned, and her hair looks like it would probably be very dark brown if she didn't spend as much time as she did outside. So she's kind of almost got that monochromatic look with almost golden colored eyes. And even though her hair is tied back, you can see that it's a problem because there's just fucking a ton of it everywhere, and sort of this wild sort of look. And at her back is a giant mace. Like, is it like a giant maul, except the end of it is a pine cone.
It has ribbons, if I recall.
And it has ribbons on it.
Cannot forget the ribbons.
So it would probably take her like a good 6 seconds of everything being silent for her to be like, what? I thought we were giving him test.
Would you like to test me?
I mean, no. But I'll do it if nobody else wants to.
Very well.
Yeah, just steps up, looking, like I said, just kind of halfway there.
Vasaliki, you'll kind of lean over to Romulus and say, I think our Minotaur has already lost the test of wisdom by picking Thyia.
Yes, I believe he has chosen poorly in this case, but he has chosen.
My popcorn.
Yes. I wonder if they have any fried rats around here. Rotisserie. But I don't know what the fuck they eat. I don't know. They ain't got like fucking chicken nuggets, I imagine.
They come over with like a bunch of like probably olives, frankly. They probably come up like, I mean,
those would be pretty good.
That's
They
all they
approach
have.
with a charcuterie.
oh yeah, honestly, this is the land of charcuterie, folks. No, I'll tell you what they come up with. Food is very important to our culture here, folks. Let's see, what do they grow in Thebes? What do they grow in Thebes? I've got a list of it right here. Let's see. No, yeah, they will actually come over with like some dishes of like olives and like a little goat cheese and some like just like little bits of bread, like gyro, like little chunks of gyro. That'll be kind of the snack.
Sounds so fucking good right now.
The Greeks like their snacks.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So,
Yeah, everyone gets distracted. It has like a little meal. No, I gotta say that would be incredibly Greek if everyone in the midst of this like great altercation just like stop for half an hour to have like a nice snack, you know? Oh man. But anyway, yeah, so no, the king's there, so people definitely approach with like right off the vine or whatever, like some olives, goat cheese, maybe some vegetables, little pita action. Everyone's like, oh, just like you want some? There you go. Yeah, so Thyia, you have been apparently selected to pose a challenge, to test, see if this Minotaur truly has wisdom comparable enough to be a demigod of Athena. How do you mean to test him?
Thyia sits down. She puts a cup in front of you.
Oh yes, now it's a challenge.
Shall I drink this?
I mean, she pours herself some, and she'll say, "To Athena, may she grant wisdom to us all."
To Athena.
Toss it back, and pour you each another one.
To Athena. And Thrasius shall do likewise.
And you're now drinking contest.
Okay.
That's what Romulos is looking. He's like, ooh, Kalimata.
If this is
it started.
Yeah, honestly, I think everybody's watching like, has it started? Like, they don't know what's going on. Everyone's leaned over Thyia, like looking at the cup, like, what does it mean?
if this is going to be a drinking contest, and if I know Ryan from his drinking contests, then Constitution shall be important.
Yes, it shall. It most certainly shall.
And therefore, I shall cast Enhance Ability on myself to give me advantage. No, hold on, wait.
No, that's for ability checks, my guy, unfortunately.
Never mind, you're right.
Do you seriously need to test to use magic to drink? Like, that is like seeding the whole thing to begin with.
He's not using magic because he can't. Well, okay, it's gonna be real. Let's do this a little more interestingly than just a 1v1 roll. Let's do a 2 out of 3. Let's do a best 2 out of 3 who wins con saves and see what happens, man. Okay. Yeah, the big old barbarian Minotaur, supposedly son of Athena, versus the seemingly, just kind of strong, whatever demigod. All right, give me a round of con saves, folks, as you guys start just chugging drinks, man.
8.
Womp.
So also, I did want to remind you that this does count as poison, and I am resistant. So the first roll is a 17.
A 17. That's very fair. You were literally built. You were born an alcoholic. So this is you didn't you weren't raised on milk and honey. You were raised on wine and liquor. This is so Thrasius, start drinking, starting to feel a little fuzz at the front. You're like, fucking crazy strong liquor, dude. Is there anything that is said or done in the middle as you guys start, or you're like maybe a third to? Yeah, go ahead.
So Thyia will say, so I am interested in what made you want to come here for this when you were so quiet about it, when everything was taking place. Oh, next shot. For second shot. And she's tossed hers back probably before you've even touched yours.
Can you, Carmen, repeat the question again?
So what made you decide that you wanted to take part in this specifically? the issue with the king's wife. Why does this interest you so much? Drink your drink.
I heard that it would interest in.
Drink first.
What a guy.
Nope.
What a guy.
One.
Like she's already had hers.
Nope. One.
Yeah, Ampion's like, he's in a combat battle. He cannot win. He doesn't even know it.
This is an uphill battle. It is not
21.
strategic.
What did you get there, Thrasius?
Natural one.
Natural. Oh boy. Yeah. It doesn't take long. Like everybody settles in. Somebody brings out some seats for Ampion. Maybe you guys. You all sit around. Maybe your own drinks are brought out by people. You know, it's the king, right? So they're like, "Oh, have our liquor, fuck it." And so you guys sit around and have like a casual midday snack drink while you watch Thyia and Thrasius, and it's a little bit of, you know, you guys all kind of know what Thrasius does in, which is Thyia's the daughter of Dionysus. And you can't outdrink a child of Dionysus. That's a losing battle right there. And in the end, and actually it doesn't take as long as anybody thought it would. You're not even fully done your snack before Thyia has, or Thrasius, your stomach. You know, you're a tough guy here. You got all this muscle layered over your organs to protect you, but the organs themselves, oh no.
He's not used to wine. He used to drink water mostly.
I don't. What is it? What are we drinking, Thyia? Out of curiosity.
Okay,
It
so
has no name.
It does not. But what you do know is that it seems to change color. Like when it is poured from glass, it is like water, like clear water. But when it's put in a glass which is a little cold, it turns milky white, and it tastes a little bit like licorice. But you're not. I do not know what to call this thing.
Prison hooch. No.
Dude, I just pretty much said that in the chat.
Twine.
Incredible.
Same person.
Yeah. And Thrasius is looking a little green at the gills. You've got like a one up to your lip, Thrasius, and you're not feeling good. You're feeling like a little bit like a volcano about to erupt. What went down must come up. And Thyia is just as stable and steady as my uncle after fucking Thanksgiving, despite everything he's drank. And you feel like you need to retch. What do you do?
I try to hold it down.
She does another shot and says, "All right, I have had 2 drinks. I need answer to question, please. You know, before you puke."
You see his mouth held tightly shut together. Now, Thrasius, you may make a con save. This is not to see if you do not puke. This is simply to see how long you can stave it off for.
Oh no.
Man, 8.
Thyia's like, I need you to answer your question before. And then fucking everyone is like, what the fuck? And everyone's
Can we
laughs.
admit that like challenging the daughter of Dionysus to a drinking contest was bad idea? Like maybe not the wisest thing he's ever done.
Well, because in fairness, it was the daughter of Dionysus that challenged. In fairness, I didn't know he was being challenged to a drinking contest until it was already too late.
You did pick the terms, Thyia.
It's true.
He challenges me, I pick the weapon. It is only fair, I pick the weapon.
Well, that's all right. Look at him. You're on the ground like a warrior.
Although I will say, he will not be able to be much harm for quite some time now. Many hours.
Well, that is true. And this has been amusing enough. What do we say? Should we leave this monster here in the dirt and take the shield to the palace to be given to someone that is worthy of, or maybe we have mercy on the poor soul and let him sleep it off in the palace. And now the idea of him being a demigod of Athena is put on hold.
Well, aside from the challenge that we gave him, before the challenge, just his manner of speaking speaks volumes about how he is not quite the same beast that we know of. He seems something a bit more.
It's true. He did speak with full sentences, more than I expected from a Minotaur. Go ahead, please.
I do not wish to potentially anger Athena by insulting Thrasius here, so perhaps we do show mercy today.
This is true. I already have enough drama with the gods as it is. I do not need to add Athena to my troubles. Very well. Let the Minotaur has suffered under the hands of the child of Dionysus for long enough. Let us bring him to the palace under guards to let his despair have some time to rest. Let it not be said that I kick down beyond the Thebes. I'm not a merciful king at times. And everyone's like, "Oh, King Amphion!" And it, like a burst of applause from the people around. He's like, Zathis off to the side. His brother looks like he wants to fucking deck him, but he won't. And meanwhile, your oracle is like not looking in the right direction at all. There. What the fuck is going on?
So exactly as I predicted.
He goes, "Yeah, I knew this would happen." And with that, basically some of the guards come out and kind of take Thrasius, who's barely forming. He's not really forming full words, but they sort of take him under. They kind of put their shields and spears, and they got a big guy, got a two hand under the armpit, one on each side, kind of drag him through. And as you guys enter the city, the people are like, "King Amphion slew a Minotaur, look, this is." He goes, "No, fuck, all right, yeah, sure." He goes, "It's my guess, but okay, fuck." But anyway, more importantly into the moment, you find yourself in the city of Thebes. You make your way through the great and not monstrous at all, excuse me, the great, elegant, beautifully constructed high walls of Thebes, famous they are. And inside, as you come into the lower city, you pass these massive walls that seem to almost hum with divine harmony. You see, off in the distance, up on a high hill, as is the way of the Greeks, a palace glittering with bronze and crimson frescoes made of marble, finely built as well as the walls themselves. The smell of olives and wool dye drift in and around the lower city in which you walk through. The sound of lyres echo from shrines to Apollo and Hera you see on the side of the walkways. Many temples here and around if you wanted to know more. But as you are here and dusk begins to grow, you do see, as you walk by one of the town centers, this beautiful spring. I believe they're called Darse, which means it's a fountain, basically. It's like a city fountain. And you see libations being poured into the spring by priests in honor of the gods. And you hear traders unloading grain from the plains into the market stalls. Thebes is a place poised for myths and Mycenaean power. And this place already sort of vibrates with the relationship to that great kingdom. There is much to be done here, much to be seen, and clearly the divines have their eyes upon this place for good or for ill. And as you make your way through, the people come out of their homes and celebrate the return of their beloved king and applause. Yay! All kinds of songs applaud, and you guys make your way up to the palace. You're going to come to the palace of Creon, which is this Megaron complex. which is not too dissimilar to what you would have seen in many of the other city-states you've been through, Alokos. Very much like a classic historical Greek palace, not unlike what I've shared in the picture. And you make your way up the high steps as you sort of make your way up. And coming out, you are going to see this beautiful woman. The queen is surrounded by a retinue of consuls, nobles of the city, attendants, and so on and so forth. And you're going to see she is draped in beautiful white linen with sort of almost like a shawl of like pinkish red over her shoulders. And surrounding her are many children. They are grown, though. These are all adults. Let's see here. There's many of them. And essentially, as you approach, she smiles widely. She has blonde hair pulled back nicely with sort of golden embellishments throughout her hair. Nice necklaces and jewels around her arms. She's clearly been treated well to finery by her husband. Sort of like, a healthily curvy lady, one that you would wish for to bear your children. In these times, childbirth isn't always the safest thing. And she's very elegant, very queenly. And his Amphion kind of holds his arms out and he goes, my queen, Niobe, it is good to see you at long last. And she goes, hello, husband. It's so wonderful to see you. Kisses either cheek. And King Amphion says, my friends from Mount Olympus. I have met many, but these are my closest ones. Allow me to introduce Vasaliki, the will of Zeus, Amazonian princess. Candybus, lips of desire, son of Aphrodite. The wanderer, Romulus, son of Ares, the god of war. And Thyia, champion of Persephone, known as the flower of spring and daughter of Dionysus himself. All have come, and we have guests this evening. And Niobe sort of bows, sort of arms outstretched. She says, well, be most welcome in our palace, friends of my husband. And you see you've got him back here in one piece. Zethus, of course, I know we can mostly attribute that to you, but what fine guests we'll have. We will want to have the best product for demigods, for friends of my husband. Feast is to be had this evening. Off you go. And the attendants all begin to start swelling around the palace to begin preparations immediately. And Niobe says, you must, all of you, come. I must introduce you to my children. Like a quiet Zeth from Zeth is like, well, here for now. We'll be here through daybreak. At which point she will just start going down the line, introducing you to her many, many, many children. Let's see here. I can go through them all, but let's just say she starts introducing you to them, and there are many of them. And eventually, all of the many, many, many names that are described to you start to roll off of you a little bit. It's hard to keep track of like the 12 children, 6 men, 6 women that are attributed to their sons and daughters, who she proudly presents. You pay the pleasantries. 14 children, my apologies. 7 males, 7 females. Indeed. And in fairness, not all of them are, all the names are fully described by myth, so it's fine. But anyway, go ahead, Candybus. Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Old what's-his-face over there.
And
The middle one.
Yeah. Oh, I like him too. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3.
Who let you out? Your brothers and sisters were supposed to lock you.
Not him. I can give you the names if you want, but I mean, there's a whole fuck ton of them. That's whatever. Okay. With that, Niobe goes, husband, what is that? Oh, yes. How amusing, my wife. We found the Minotaur. at the gates who claims to be a child of Athena and have some moderate wisdom about him to support this, but he made the unwise decision to try and drink with the daughter of Dionysus, and as you can see by the two states, the match was not quite even. And the attendants kind of half in sort of tribute to their king and half genuinely.
I will say, it was quite brave to go up against a daughter of Dionysus in a drinking competition.
Zethus says, I must admit, I wonder if he even knew that Thyia was the daughter of Dionysus.
He probably didn't,
Yeah,
but he kept going nonetheless until he couldn't.
that's perseverance. We can give him that.
That is true.
Amphion says, find him a chamber. Put some guards on the chamber. Give him somewhere to rest it off. Maybe he'll even join us from the feast if he is able to walk in a couple of hours. Let's see here. Who would we say has been the most moderate of the four? Who's maybe not has been in the conversation as much?
Not me.
Yeah, definitely not you. Yes, definitely not. Who's been conscious and maybe not as upfront in the conversation?
Romulus?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Romulus, you feel a little like from the side. The fuck. And as usual, it is Thrasius who's like trying to find you and got your face for goes, Romulus, I need to speak to you. It's very important.
About what?
I have had a vision. A most concerning vision.
Do you wish to speak it here, or do you wish to go elsewhere?
I think I might whisper it to you if you wish, but I don't expect it will. It's best kept just in the group. No?
There you go.
Just the cool people. Us four. Five.
Right.
Us five. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Go ahead.
Do you want me to go ahead, or do you want to wait?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll kind of lean down. How tall is he?
He's not very average height, like especially for ancient Greece. So he's probably like 5'5". And as a reminder, people are not as tall back then as they are now. People generally reaching towards 6 as an average. People generally averaged out around, I think, like 5'6". But anyways, so you're taller. Yeah. So I have seen two things of importance. The first one you're not going to believe. The second one, well, the second one is worse. Well, not worse. I don't know. You decide. Anyway, no more beating around the bush. The first one is this. It doesn't make much sense, but I saw a vision of this Minotaur, and I saw his thread. And I saw scissors trying to cut his thread. But then the thread vanished before it could be cut. I don't know what it means, but if I were to interpret it, the fates determine the death of people by cutting their thread. Perhaps this is to say that I don't know what it means. Do you have any idea what that could mean?
This make him fateless.
Fateless? What does that even mean? Because I have not been privy to any of that information previously, so this is all new to me.
There's nothing you need concern yourself with, but I have a feeling that this Minotaur is a much more relatable ally than we previously assumed.
See. Well, that's good, but I shall tell you this as well. I have seen that the Queen of Thebes has raised her voice above the gods, as you well know. But I have also seen that it shall be answered by bowstring, by both moon and sun, and that all her songs shall fall silent. I expect, it seems, the prophecies, my foresight tells me that this queen is doomed to her hubris, that she will not be turned from this hubris that she has, that you have been sent here to try and quell. It will take a great effort to save her from her punishment. If at all, if it can be stopped. The fates have decreed, perhaps even. But I do not know the will of the fates, I only know what has been prophesized, and now so do you.
Well, if I know anything about fate, which I don't,
Of course.
then I know that if anyone can alter the path of this woman, it would be us.
Tread carefully, good Romulus. Tread carefully, you and your friends, for you have many dangerous paths ahead. To slight the queen can have great consequences, and to slight the fury of the gods, even greater so. Treads a very great and careful line, my friend.
I shall. My
And he
path is
kinda-
not paved.
Oh, all of our paths are paved. That's what makes it so confusing. Prophecies. Anyway, best of luck. And he like walks sideways. No, he's like, oh wait, no, the stairs. I'm going up the stairs. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go up the stairs. He walks up the stairs.
He then falls down the stairs.
He goes, oh, excuse me. And he like puts his hand on Niobe's face. She goes, ah! And he like walks by her. Whoever you are, attendant.
Queen Niobe, that is our oracle. He, as you can tell, he's blind.
Oh, of course. Of course. And Amphion goes, oh, yes. So you kind of nod to Remus like, oh, thanks. And he kind of goes, no, this is the great and famous seer, Thrasius. He was up with us on the mountain, has traveled with us since. She goes, well then, my apologies, very well. Yes, we must, please, and she gestures to one of her attendants who will come right up towards Thrasius to sort of tend to him. Help him find his way as he needs.
He doesn't like to be led. You have to make him believe that he is leading his way.
Oh yes, and please be, as you well know, play to the temperaments of our guest, please. The maiden sort of course, my queen. She goes, right, I am here to follow you. Good guess. And he goes, good. Yes. She goes, that's a wall. Good. Thrasius goes, I knew that. And then kind of starts making his way.
Sturdy construction.
Yep. Well, this baby's not coming down anytime soon. But anyway, you guys are kind of shown into the palace. You guys are quickly shown into the guest wing, where you guys are just like kind of shown your accommodations. You throw your bag down in the Airbnb before, going out and seeing the town a little bit. Very nice accommodations. And again, to our standards, perhaps maybe a smaller room. This one, it's a little bigger. It's a little bigger than some of the guest rooms you've stayed in other palaces. This palace clearly built under the power and influence of divine magic. These guest rooms are a little larger. It's not just sort of like a one-room situation in here. It's got like a two-room. There's kind of like an entrance foyer with like a desk and like a bathtub, and you go further in and there's like a big bed and a wardrobe, and there's even a balcony. It's very fine accommodation. It's good enough for a king. You're muted, Candybus.
So, well, finally, a bed that my feet don't hang off the end of.
How tall is Candybus?
6'2".
Yeah,
He's
you
a
guys
tall,
are like
slender fella.
giants,
Oh,
man.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Incredible. So, Romulus, as your party is given a moment of reprieve to sort of gather themselves at this, Amphion says, please, my friends, please make yourselves at home. Consider my home yours. Ask any of my attendants if you need anything, a guide to the city, food, drink, whatever you please, warm water for a bath, whatever you require. I must tend to the news of what has been going on in my city since my absence. I must tend to such things. But I
When
will
is
see you for the
dinner?
feast this evening. Perhaps at dusk. I think that makes sense. Perhaps at dusk when the sun goes down. We will drink late into the evening.
A night worthy of the heroes of Olympus, I suppose.
Indeed, I will ensure the finest entertainment is brought forward, and if you have entertainment yourself you wish to present, I know some of you are inclined to music. Kind of looking at you, Candybus, with like a, a cheeky. You two competed for like best bard in Olympus at one point, so there's like a little rivalry there. He goes, all right, very well. I must attend to my kingly duties, but I will see you for the feast this evening, my friends. And he will depart with his many attendants, and his queen walks. She's clearly a very proud queen, very, walks with elegance and jewels, and she's very elegant. Not God, but very prideful. And she should be. She has popped out 14 children. Not many people can say they've done that. And that is a symbol, in today's day and age, we would probably all be sitting back going like, woo, that's a lot. And like, back then, an incredible symbol of like prestige and pride, especially for a queen. That is one of the great duties of a queen, is to provide children to her husband and to her family line. So this is, to have so many children is a symbol of like immense pride and being a dutiful wife and queen. So this is to be looked on with great pride. Ren. Well, except for perhaps our Amazon maybe, who might see that a little differently. But to the normal Greek world, just letting you know what the cultural context is. But anyway, you find yourselves in the guest wing, settling into some very fine quarters. Each of you will have your own of these rooms I've described. Romulus, would you care to group up and tell them what you might have heard?
Absolutely not. Yeah, I'll group everybody up.
I'll figure it out myself. A lone wolf it, bro. All right, go
That
for
would
it.
not go well. All right, so our resident oracle has bestowed upon me a prophecy for Queen Niobe. It would seem, twofold prophecy, I suppose. The first, our guest Thrasius seems to be a fellow fatalist like ourselves, if what the oracle saw can be thought of as that. So seems he may very well be one of us. The second is that Queen Niobe, her hubris will bring ruin upon herself and her children. I believe that he saw all of her children being slain or something of that like, due to her hubris. So
All of them? Even the hot ones?
all of them, yes. All of them. Uh, all of that to say, it will be very difficult to alter her fate. But as I told him, if anyone can change the fate, it would probably be us.
Why would we want to defy the will of the gods?
Well, I would not necessarily be privy to watch 14 children slaughtered. So if we can help their mother see righteousness, then perhaps indirectly we will be doing a service. Not only to her, but to her children and to the gods. Let us not forget that Hera is the goddess of childbirth. And what a waste it would be.
And if I could add to that, if we learn nothing from our time in Olympus, it's that the will of one god may not be the will of the others. That is where we come in.
Exactly.
Perhaps we give this Queen Niobe a chance to humble herself. But if she doesn't right her ways, then I think it's fitting the gods take their wrath.
Vasaliki. Kind of sighs. I think you see the gods in their individual terms as something so black and white. But I feel that it is not black and white. Not in Olympus, and certainly not in the world that we live in.
I understand that, and that's why I think it's worth giving Queen Niobe a chance to humble herself.
If someone asked you to be humbled, would you be?
I am incredibly humble to my gods.
To the gods?
I
What about
praise
something lesser
them.
than you? Or something you deem lesser than you?
Well, then they are not afforded my humility because they are not worth it. They are beneath me.
So if you were asked to show humility towards something you deem less than yourself, you would not do it.
I wouldn't say never, but I don't see why I should.
Just checking, of course.
And how about yourself? Do you not have such pride, such esteem for yourself that you would hold your own god, your own demigodedness above others? That does make you inherently better.
My abilities, my constitution, combat prowess, whatever it is that makes me better. Yes, objectively, it would seem that I am above the common townsfolk. But I have been humbled far too much in this world. Whereas yourself lived in a granted abusive household, but a household, nonetheless.
Household wasn't abusive. I have a very good mother.
The mother, yes. What about your aunt?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's
We don't talk
family
about
squabbles.
that. No. Well, at least you got to grow up in a royal household. When you are out in the wilderness, running from your own kind, forced to do the worst labor you can imagine, and then moving on, over and over. I think it gives you a different outlook on the world. Not better, not worse. Just a different one.
See. Well, I'll not be ashamed of my upbringing, and I can only hope that you see your worth and see that you are better than most of the humans, most of the creatures on this earth, and you'll come into that power soon enough, brother. I believe in it. She doesn't get like half your message.
Very good. He kind of he realizes that, and he kind of gives a half sigh, half smile of agreement, and I'm sure I will.
Good. Well, so back to what we want to do about these visions. Thrasius being fateless. I wonder if there's more out there like that. And Queen Niobe, who's got herself in quite a mess.
Indeed. I feel if we were to tell her of the prophecy we have been given, it could either put things into perspective, as she obviously loves her children more than anything, or it could bolster her, as most would see them, heretical views.
I believe either way, it requires our intervention. Should we not intervene, this prophecy is destined to come true.
Or perhaps us knowing it will cause it to happen.
No, couldn't be. We are faithless. We are beyond the reaches of the fates. We are truly free.
Just because we are fateless does not mean that we cannot change others' fates, for better or worse.
I think that was the whole point of them being all about it.
Exactly. Now that we know the fate, we have the power to change it.
Perhaps.
Niobe say? Did she say, I am better mother than, like, just out in the open specifically? Like, do we know?
You don't know specifically, I don't think. I think it's just simply been said that she believes herself better than you know. You'll certainly probably find out at dinner tonight, or you can always, go out into the city and see what politics are stirring or what people are out there who might have some opinions and feelings and things. But you know, in the meantime, while you guys kind of have a little preliminary chat about like, oh, would be cool. You guys are having your second snack of the day here, as it is the Greek thing to do. You guys are like, oh, these are nice grapes. You know, like, what should we do? What do you guys think? Meanwhile, in the next room over, Thrasius. You are drunk as a skunk, defeated in battle, so to speak. You don't know if you're imagining it, but you see standing over your bed is the brown-haired, silver-eyed goddess herself. Who looks down at you with a little bit of a look of like, let's put it that way. Says, what did we learn?
Learn who our opponents are before challenging them.
Yes, or perhaps pick a challenge with the fighter that you know, rather than the one you do not.
Since she was so silent for so long, I figured that she might be the wisest of the group.
Why would that be a better opponent to battle against?
That I might prove myself.
Pride is the death of strategy. Be not prideful. Be smart. If you see an opportunity, take it. Don't let your enemy pick up his spear.
Yes, Lady Athena.
Failure is the best teacher, so long as it doesn't happen again. Hope maybe that was a dream. You don't know, but make me a con save. You could be hallucinating, absent. You know, like I don't know, but
Nope,
yeah.
One again. It is. I have the worst luck today.
I will tell you what. You are going to be considered to have 3 favor with Athena, and there are certain benefits with certain gods, which I'm actually going to post right now, but you can take a little peek through if you wanted to. But for the time being, I'll give you advantage, and we'll say you're using your daily advantage with Athena.
Okay, let's see. Natural 20.
Much better. Your Minotaur Constitution, and perhaps the mercy of Athena, though she does not advise it usually. She does for her allies. The spinning, you lay there for a bit, but not nearly as long, and your Minotaur Constitution ends up, making you feel a bit better, and you feel like shit. You look over at this jug of water and just pour it back in your throat. You're dizzy. You're still like tipsy as fuck. Like you're a little drunk, but you're not as dizzy anymore. It's been like an hour, which is very impressive. But you have demigod constitution, so it's fine. But you look around the room. You're only like a little dizzy. Your head's starting to hurt a bit. You're dehydrated, and you're a little tipsy. You're a little drunk, and you're like, this is the nicest room I've ever stayed in. Like save Mount Olympus itself. What do you do?
I'll go seek the daughter of Dionysus, who I assume that was who I was competing against.
Yeah, so you guys are all in your room and you hear like a clap, 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 clap. Hey, man, where do you go? Oh, come on. Check it up. It's fine. Oh, I'm okay. And the door opens. The door opens. You see like a staggered Thrasius, and behind him are 2 guards who are like doing the thing, and in fairness, like it's impressive that he's on his hooves again, considering what he went through. But he's still drunk as a skunk, but he doesn't seem incapacitated any longer.
I hope you're
Round
not
two,
back for
Thrasius.
round 2.
Oh, Candybus.
Oh,
I am ready if that is what we are doing.
Everybody squares up as he walks in the room.
Shoot.
Thrasius,
grabs her bottle.
I'm gonna say that you're at half speed due to dizziness, and you have disadvantage on all D20 tests until further
Okay.
notice.
Okay. I hear the comments from Candybus and Romulus, and I look at Vasaliki and ask her, Amazon daughter of Zeus. I meant to ask earlier, are these two your bed slaves now?
Oh, I wish.
For
Ew.
Nera.
Why does that matter? Like, is he wanting to buy?
No, I was just wondering. That's what Amazons do.
He's drunk. Give him a break. All right, easy. He's drunk as a skunk.
Well, answer in Vasaliki.
No, I don't take men.
All right. All right.
I'm afraid I am the property of Antiope right now. When he shows the tattoo of Antiope's name on his right butt cheek.
It's a brand. You know it's a brand.
It's a brand, yeah.
I
Like a
couldn't
tag in his ear.
I had trouble conceiving of any other reason why you would be here following her.
Who, me?
Yes.
Oh. Please, sir. I have much more to offer than just a bed slave. Although, I do accommodate that.
He looks to Thyia, daughter of Dionysus, I assume.
You may assume as you wish. What can I help you with? Did you want some more?
No. I wish to ask how to remove this. And Thysius just thinks for a moment. Fog from my mind.
Well, you can answer the question that I posed to you that you never answered, and then I will answer that question.
Why am I here?
Yes. Why did you decide to insert yourself into this particular event? Why do you care so much about the king's issues with this? I'm just curious.
For one, I wanted to see what would the wrath of the gods look like upon a mortal who did not repent their foolishness. Second, if I could lead her off that path, well, then the king would thank me. And how many minotaurs are the friend of a king?
Okay. It is poison. You get rid of it the way you would get rid of any poison. And she takes another snack of an apple.
Ryan, would I know how to get rid of any other poison?
You're drunk. You sleep it off.
Sleep, then.
Sleep. Cold bath.
Thrasius,
Black
I will
coffee.
say, I will. Let's say this then. As Thrasius asks about how do I get rid of this fog, you guys are like, oh my god, he's never drank before.
No.
That's what the context would say.
Yeah, not.
Blasphemous.
Well, Thrasius, if you would like to take a seat, we will just engorging ourselves with beautiful and tasty delights of Thebes. Would you like some cheese and pita, perhaps? It is quite delicious.
Cheese. What is this cheese and pita?
You know goats? Goats?
Yes, the small ones with the horns.
Yeah, those ones?
The small horses with fur and horns.
Sure. Yeah, so they milk them, and milk comes out, and then there's a process that I am not familiar with. Uh, exactly right, Candybus. Can you do that the whole demonstration?
I am certain that everyone here knows what a goat is, how milk comes out of one, and then what happens to the goat after it's done with the milk. I'm sure everyone here in the Greek world has
I
known
can give
and
a
even seen.
demonstration.
I'm sure everyone here has seen that whole process from beginning to end.
Do I see the cheese?
Yes, Royce, yes, you see the cheese.
I'll try the cheese.
See, the milk
All
goes
right.
bad, but eventually it becomes good again.
You try the cheese, and it's good cheese. It's just like cheese you've probably had before. I mean, you've ate food
Mhm.
before.
I have. It's just I haven't. Not sure if I had much cheese before. But
You
who knows?
probably have had cheese
Okay,
before.
then I would just claim
Yeah,
that
I don't
up.
imagine your diet has been terrible, especially having been on Mount Olympus. Your diet hasn't been terribly different from what Greeks are.
Hmm.
They usually put cheese at the end of the labyrinth.
Well, fate. No comments. But Thrasius starts chowing down.
That doesn't make him sick, does it?
Break. This is this
Well,
is
what are we
going on
go-
long enough.
Yeah,
I
this
think.
is getting weird. This is
All
getting
right.
weird.
All right,
I
let's
thought
take
he
a
would
break.
have. I thought he would have the reaction that I would have if I had just woken up fucking drunk.
Yeah, and
I
had
probably
goat
wouldn't eat
cheese
any fucking
immediately. Just
cheese.
ate like a block of goat cheese. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, then again, he's a bull, minotaur.
You'd probably take it, yeah.
Could have started with the pita.
Yeah. Damn, dude. This is fun. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, then it can go as well as I was hoping. You're muted.
I was like trying to figure out what the challenge was, but in fairness, it was a very good challenge for you. It was a very, very good challenge of wisdom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, never. Yeah, don't let your opponents pick the challenge.
Oh, I can't wait to spout all kinds of war wisdom nonsense at you throughout this campaign.
Oh, that's one of the reasons I chose Athena. You kidding me?
She's great. I love Athena, man. She's best.
Exactly. Absolutely. One of the reasons was to give you that opportunity.
Nice. You like that, Romulus? I saw you giving a little nod there. I was like pride is the death of strategy or something like that. Got a little nod from you. You're muted.
That was pretty dope. I
I'm
loved hearing
glad you liked it.
Athena.
I've been thinking a lot about Athena and or at least the contrast between Athena and Ares and like how they run things differently.
Yeah, it's 100% true too.
Well, I was thinking about it, and I to me, Ares is like he represents the warrior on the front lines. You know, he's the infantry. He's the guy who has to face death and fear and blood and all that shit. Athena's the one in the strategy room. You know,
Yeah.
like she'll ride out when it's necessary, but she's the one in the war room. She's the one and like making sure the infantry goes where they need to go.
Yeah.
She's the general.
I would almost argue that Ares is the ancient form of combat in its simplest form.
Yeah.
Athena is the newer approach to war, and she kind of represents like generals or like officers,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, I was gonna play her that way where like, you know, Ares is personally like probably way mightier than Athena. Like in a straight up 1v1 with Athena, Ares probably wins. But Athena would never go straight up 1v1 with Ares.
Yeah.
Why would she? And she's a strategist. She's never gonna take a stronger opponent head on. That's foolishness. And like the power of strategy is an inbird strength. And I think that's what they went for when they made Athena a lady. Because it's like, you know, men is like raw power, physical strength. But Athena is like, yeah, I could kick Ares' ass, but I'm certainly not stronger than him. But why does that matter? You know?
Yeah.
It's cleverness
like,
and cunning and guile and all.
I think the, you know, historical kind of prejudice of men is that we have so much pride, you know, like even if we know that the odds are stacked against us and like it probably would be in our best interest not to fight, our pride is what carries us forward to do stupid things and heroic things.
Yeah. Before you leave. Before you think. What you got? All right. Let's get back to it. So, you guys have taken a minute to, I don't know, hang out and drink a little, and chat a little about goat cheese and stuff. You guys have a couple of hours before the feast begins. You have a whole city to see, full of potential allies or enemies or side quests and who knows what. This is a living, breathing city. You gotta go take a bite out of it. So what do you do?
Oh. Is there anything you all are going to go do?
I think I'm gonna
ask around about the queen some more. Learn just how prideful she's been.
Makes logical.
Yeah.
I was going to stop by see what the temples here were like, and pay my respects.
Man of Olympus. You'll go far in this world.
Like, that is the hope.
How many sons have you seen, Thrasius?
Sons.
Years?
Thrasius thinks for a moment.
And recalls every son he has ever seen. Couple thousand.
Figured that was like the ancient Greek way.
Yeah, no, you're right. I like that. You're good.
I've seen several sons, not as much as my father, but I've seen a few. My fair share.
And who is your father?
You wouldn't have heard of him.
Oh.
He's the leader of a tribe of minotaurs.
Oh. So forgive me for my ignorance, but I was unaware minotaurs ran in tribes.
It was like, how much do you know of my people?
Not very much.
Then come walk with me. You might learn more by watching.
Would you say that you are an example of your species?
I hope to be.
As we all do. Yes, I would love to learn more. Vasaliki, while you are talking to or gathering information on the queen, I think I wish to speak with her children and see how they feel about their mother.
That sounds reasonable. Yeah. Good idea.
Thyia, Candybus, what do you plan?
I thought I would go to there has to be some place where people gather and do their drinking. And I was thinking to watch what some of the more advanced, brewers do. See if I can make my hooch a little better.
Better?
It does not taste as good as it could.
Oh, okay. I was about to say the effectiveness speaks for itself.
So we want to keep same effect, but we want it to not taste like fuel.
Fuel.
Like tar.
Ah. Yes.
You know how when you burn torch, that smell? That is how it tastes right now.
Ooh.
With a little bit of anise.
Ah.
It is work in progress.
Very well. Only we had our perhaps he could help with the taste of the product.
So I think it is we know what we are doing.
Very good. Candybus, and you?
Well, this is just until dinner, right?
Yeah, I assume so.
I think I'd
This
like to
would
get
be-
to know our new friend, Thrasius. See what the Minotaur people are like. I'm very unfamiliar.
Enjoy yourself.
Enjoy seeing
Okay.
the temples, Candybus.
Pardon?
Enjoy seeing the temples, Candybus.
Oh, always.
All right. So it sounds like, so just so I'm getting correct in every direction we're going, Tharsius wanted to see the temples. Romulus wanted to go with Tharsius, and Candybus wanted to see the temples.
Wrong.
Wrong. Okay.
I'm going to see the kids.
Oh, you're gonna see the kids, right? Okay. Why don't we start with Team Temple then? Let's do just that. Okay, I'm gonna do a little. We're walking around. All right, you guys make your way out into Thebes. What a swell place that Thebes. As you walk around, it's going to become apparent of the different temples you can find around here. Let's see, what do we got? There is definitely a temple of Apollo here that would have that would definitely have an oracle. There is a temple of Hera. And that's it. Those are the two major places of worship within this city. It's Hera and Apollo. Which would you like to go to?
I will. I know Apollo. I'll pick. I know the queen has beef with Apollo, so I'll visit the temple of Apollo.
Ah, excellent choice. Love me some
Alright.
Apollo.
All right. Make your way over there. All the way down. All right, you make your way into the Temple of Apollo, Ismenios, as it may be called. It is a temple like many others, but what is different about this place more than you've seen in others is that the priests seem very on edge. They seem a little frantic. There is this brazier that has a sacred flame that burns within the temple. It is a white flame. They run around. They speak. It's like there's something going on around here. Like they walk with a hurried step and speak one another, nod to each other firmly, as if there's some matter of great urgency that needs tending to.
I look to who might be the leader of the temple. The most well-dressed or oldest man there.
All right. Yeah, you look to this older gentleman. He's like a gray, like a white and gray beard, rather thin. Definitely on the older side, but he is the most well-garbed of the bunch. And I'd say he probably has a staff. He probably has like a fine bronze staff to represent his station.
Oh, I'd go up and introduce myself then.
Okay.
And I'd say, priest of Apollo, it is an honor to stand within the temple of the great god himself.
Yeah, he turns around and looks in. Is like, looks around. Everybody kind of stops and stares a little in the temple. How did you get within the walls?
Because he's a demigod.
What? He like looks to you, Candybus, and kind of immediately knows that you're a demigod by appearance, and looks back to Thrasius and goes, "It can't be a minotaur demigods, a monster made divine."
I've been made the champion of Athena.
I can't. I can hardly believe it.
mean-
What do you want?
I wish to pay respects to the god Apollo. He has a temple within this city. It would be wise of me to do so.
Very well. Go right ahead. Just kind of gestures broadly to the temple. See what you'll do.
Is there a main altar somewhere?
Yeah, there'd be a main altar. Not every yeah, they would spare it for this place. There is a fine marble. This, and I think in ancient Greece they weren't so into altars, as far as I recall. Like they didn't have like just like a big slab of stone that you sat at and prayed at. I'm not sure that was as big a feature, but they were really into their statues, and I think their statues were more like the thing you pray to, as if that statue were the god himself. So you do see this beautiful, large statue of white marble, embellished with various bronze designs to sort of emphasize maybe the like his robes, maybe the nimbus around his head symbolizing sunlight.
Well, I would go before the statue, and I thank Apollo, and I would thank Apollo for the lights from his chariot to lead for brightening the road so I might find my way to the city of Thebes.
You leave a offering, a sacrifice, if you will.
I'm just
Sacrifices don't need to be lives, but the more personally valuable the sacrifice, the better. God's value tribute.
I do not have much at the moment, but I will offer up 4 gold.
Yeah, you do not have much, but that would be considered quite a fine boon. And I'll say, as you pray before the temple, you will be granted an inspiration. Pay a little homage. This priest that Thrasius did, and you kind of go before and do this, and all the priests kind of watch, and this priest comes up to you, Candybus, and says, "This is a most strange creature. It seems almost intelligent."
Quite. I had the same thought, but here he is, praying before Apollo.
Praying before Apollo, he's just so bestial.
You know, that's some people's thing.
What brings you and your companion to the temple? If you'll excuse me, you're so tall and so, mighty and beautiful, and the gods surely have laid their blessings upon you. Are you too a demigod?
Why, yes. Yes, I am.
Then need your help. We desperately need the help of someone so close to the divine, you see.
Tell
I
me
can
your
tell
problem.
you could be trusted, certainly more than the beast over there.
You can trust me.
You see, it's the flame. There's been signs, there's been omens. Dark omens. And he brings you over, and he says, see the light, the fire that burns within our sanctuary?
Yes.
It burns white. It does not burn gold, yellow, the normal colors of flame. It burns white, and it began this morning. And just the same, we heard from one of the farmers in the outlying parts of the villages, outside the walls, they say that they saw a snow-white pelted deer run across his field and into the forest away, with great haste, but was chased by nothing. We have spoken to the oracle. We believe these are dangerous signs. Dangerous signs indeed, omens of darkness to come. You, Candybus, may make a religion or insight check yourself if you wish to see if there's any merit to these signs they believe they're seeing.
Yeah, let's do insight.
Okay.
16.
16. Yes, a white flame, a white deer, the symbols of the twins. This could be no accident. This is surely an omen of things to come. Clear warnings.
And you believe Apollo is sending these warnings?
I believe Apollo and Athena. The fire stirs in the way it should not, and the deers run from the city. It is a warning. We believe that the twin gods are angry, frightfully angry.
Well then, perhaps we should seek a way to quell this anger in a manner that reduces any bloodshed.
These are dangerous gods to be feared, my friend. Now at this point, I'll say, Thrasius, you can return if you wish. You definitely see this priest sort of almost panic-like, insisting something upon Candybus.
What causes your fear, priest?
He looks to you, Candybus, like uncertain.
It
Like if you
is
should
nothing
speak.
we can't sort this out ourselves.
He nods and says, yes, as the demigod says, it is nothing that can't be taken care of. Yes. His eyes dart around, sort of fearfully.
I will see what I can do. I might have a bit of a lead that may be the source of this anger.
Very well. Excuse me. And he kind of gives both of you a little bit of a respectful nod of the head and kind of returns back to the priests.
I'll kind of slyly back up to Theseus and tell him, I'll tell you about it once we leave the temple. They seem to be a little wary.
All right then.
Well, priests, I believe it's time for us to go, but before I do, let me leave my own offering to the great Apollo. And I will, I'll leave my original lyre.
Okay. Very cool. You leave such a relic as behind would surely bring you favor of Apollo. Yeah, I'll give you inspiration. Memento of your past artistry would surely be looked upon well by Apollo.
I hope so, because it's I got a new one when I chose Hermes' gift in the Battle of the Bards over his. So I'm hoping this is kind of an olive branch. No hard feelings.
I'm sure it will be looked upon well. Unfortunately, he is not present for his favor to be gained. With that said, Candybus, you do know where you stand with favor with Apollo. There are events unfolding that may afford you the ability to improve your station with the twins.
And I will.
You guys can surely leave the temple if you wish to speak.
All right, outside the temple, I'll tell him. It appears they've received omens. White deer running through the woods, and their eternal flame turning white. They believe that the twin gods, Apollo and Artemis,
Correct.
they are angered, presumably from what the queen said, but it could be something else.
Their wrath is coming. The queen will need to repent, or else who knows what the twins have in store for her. Would you have any ideas on how to convince her to repent? I would think her husband is the best messenger for that.
I mean, we've just got info from 2 separate oracles that something horrible is going to happen if she doesn't try to at least ask for forgiveness. But maybe her husband can intervene. Really, I think we should say something before dinner.
Would you like to see the husband now, the good king now?
Perhaps we can get court with both of them. Try and tackle this intervention style.
Funny.
Would you like the others to be there?
It wouldn't hurt. Hopefully, if enough people tell her, she'll be convinced, surely.
Pride is a difficult thing to break.
I mean, it becomes easier when you know your children are on the line. That's what she holds so much value over. That's what started this whole thing.
And you learned this from that old man who was traveling with you.
He's been right more often than you'd think.
All right, then let's go back.
By all means, lead the way. I'll try and keep any prying eyes off of you.
Try as you might. Try as you might. I guess
You
we'll
guys
go back.
meander a bit. Who'd like to go next between my 3 other demigods? Be bold, demigods. Thyia.
Yeah, I'm just going to go look where people are gathering and enjoying their company, because that is always where there is drink. And she will see if there is anybody, who is making the things, and compare notes, see what is making for smooth drink that is not wine.
All right. Fantastic. You make your way out of the palace, and you see, kind of outside is a small delegation of Apollyon and Artemis priests. Almost like a little, not with pitchforks or just kind of to the side, look like they would maybe want entry, and I don't know what's going on over there. They look very serious. Let's see here. But yeah, you go looking amongst the people. Easily done. You'll find your way into one of the many tavernas, where the place has a couple of soldiers of Thebes. Some of them are dressed a little bit more elite than others. There are some workers they look to be like masons. They have a lot of stone cutters and kind of gear on them. And then just normal folk, as far as you can tell. Yeah, I would say those are the kind of individuals you see around the taverna. You come in, you grab a drink, 4 copper for a drink. Plenty of people around. What is it you specifically want to do? Is there any of those groups you want to try and make friends with?
You said that there were masons and soldiers. Let me talk to the masons.
Okay, absolutely. You make your way over to the masons, and one of the masons turns over to you and goes, hello, wow, you are quite an individual. Your staff and your belts and your goes. Yeah, I'm sorry. You are incredible.
Oh, I am new in town, and I learned to make for drink, but it tastes bad, and so I was maybe wanting to find someone who can maybe help me to make it taste for better. I am Thyia. Who are you?
Make a persuasion check.
13.
13. Oh, they go, well, it seems that you have found new friends then, yes? What's a better drink than one drunk with friends, right? So come sit, yeah. Make a spot for her, yeah. And all of the kind of gruff, hard-handed kind of, they quickly make up space for you. The main guy's talking to you right now. He's got kind of like a bit of a brown beard, a little younger but foreman age kind of thing going on. And he goes, well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Thyia. And he introduces you to his crew, but he says, my name is Nihilus. It is a pleasure to meet you, a foreman of the Masons Guild.
Oh, hello. Did you see all of the friends of Artemis and Apollo? They seem to be very agitated. I wonder what is that about?
Oh, the city is all kinds of rumors floating around. This is a city of it's a beautiful city. We love our wonderful Thebes, but there is a shadow that hangs on this city. There's a shadow indeed. Oh yeah. You see, the priests lately, especially the Apollyon priests, they've been complaining that the queen, she's too prideful. She makes these statements of how her boasts of how she surpasses even some of the gods in her childbearing skill, and she has the blessings of Hera, and so the Apollyon priests are all they complain that she has too much hubris, but the Hera priests they think that she is the pride of the city. Of course, a woman bearing many children. So there's a lot of the priests are all sort of against each other a little bit, and you might have seen if you've wandered by, there's the Apollyons have summoned some Artemis priests to try and make their voice a little louder, and they basically just camp out at the bottom steps of the palace as close as they can before the guards kick them off the steps. So the city's got a bit of it's got some problems, but the drinks flow, the crops grow well enough.
And that is what...
Oh, please, no, sorry, go ahead.
That is what is important. That is, the crops are growing and the city prospers.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you what, if you're looking for a really cool story, recently, actually, Thebes was saved by a young hero.
No.
It's true. It is true. I mean, there was no battle that I saw or was a part of, but it was quite exciting. Let's see here. Where was it? He goes, yes, this young hero. Well, you see, Thebes has had this rivalry that's turned even more sour with a nearby Mycenaean fortress that controls the water supply in Attica pretty intensely. And they've been taxing us pretty poorly, and it's been a big problem. And they say that the king there is a bit of a tyrant. And so this young lad, like certainly younger than me and you, but strong. He went up in there and he kicked the king's ass. They say he fought through 100 men, made his way to the palace, and took the king from his throne and saved the people of Glad from oppression, and have saved us from the horrible taxes. And all of Attica's talking about it. They even say the king of Megara promised him his most favorite daughter, who he named his city after, to be wed to him.
That is most fortuitous.
Isn't it? As a thanks for his service to Attica. All the local kings are that's all they can talk about.
And it is just a boy who does this.
He was a boy. He's a full-grown man, but barely, barely out of his young tunic.
That is crazy.
Exactly. I believe, what did they say his name was? His name was Alcides. That was it. Alcides. That's right.
Alcides.
Yes, they say he was strong as an ox, and he threw the guards aside. You know the stories. It probably wasn't 100 men, but it was still. They say he was a great hero. This Alcides.
Well, that is something.
It was, and now things have been better around here since. People have been celebrating ever since. The king was away, unfortunately, but maybe he might meet this Alcides if he comes north again. Apparently, he headed south.
The king is back in town.
That's what they said. There was a whole parade.
So yesterday everyone was out there, and he looked like he had been away for a long time and had a lot on his mind.
Yes. He went away. He's a son of Zeus, so he was summoned in the great summoning of Olympus that happened recently.
Well, he is one to be summoned with the great walls of the city.
Yes, great. Doesn't leave a lot of work for us to be done. Obviously, because he's such a fine builder, but when he is away, well, it's another matter entirely, actually.
When he is away, it is a very high standard he has set for you. You must be very good at what you do.
Oh, well, I thank you for saying so, but it is worse than to see the walls. When the king isn't playing his music in the city, it's going to sound silly, but we Masons say the walls become sad. They kind of groan under the weight of their king being gone, and they misbehave a bit. When the king isn't here playing his music, the walls, they become very difficult to maintain, actually. It's like a great weight is upon them that wasn't there before.
Who would know that stone could feel weight? What an amazing thing.
Look, I couldn't have guessed. Only Hephaestus would know of such things. And Athena, she is, of course, lesser known for her craft as well.
It is true.
At this point, Thyia, if you wanted to make like a little Arcana nature check, just to kind of like check in with the vibes, the general divine and magical, natural vibes of the city, go for it.
14.
14. Which check did you do? Nature. Okay. There is like there's a bit of like it's like he says there's a pressure in the air. It's almost like that. It's almost like the thickness of humidity. Like the pressure before a great storm falls. It's sunny out right now. There's no actual humidity or storm, but it almost has that atmospheric pressure, that sort of just like very subtle natural oppression. The city is bursting with celebration and lyre and music and play and fun, but yeah, you do feel a little tingle of something out there. It's a little not usual balance of things.
Well, she will sit and talk to them, and eventually she will serve everyone. If nobody comes up as knowing anything about brewing, she will say, I am terribly sorry. It tastes terrible. It will make you feel very good if you only have one. But I am trying to make it taste better. But here you go." And she'll give a little shot to everyone that she's been
Yeah,
talking to.
you pass some shots at people like, "Oh, I can have another one. Come on, get over it." And you guys talk, and one guy falls off his chair, just drunk as it. Everyone laughs and pats you on the back, and surely nothing makes friends like free alcohol. So you make friends with these Mason guys. You hear a little bit of this, the rumors around. Hell yeah. What about our siblings, our local siblings? What is Romulus and or Vasaliki up to?
Do you want to go first?
Sure. I mean, yeah, sure. I'll go first. So I'm gonna try to find out what people are just. So
Coming in a little quiet.
sorry, is this better?
Yeah, much better.
Cool. I think I want to go to like a market or something. Kind of like Thyia, where people gather.
Okay. You would see the same thing. The priests sort of gathered at the foot of the steps. You make your way into the market square. You're more concerned about the people. So you make your way into the city's, what are they called? What are they
I
called?
can't think of it.
Why is it slipping my mind? What the heck? What? Pop quiz. What is the city social center called in ancient Greece?
The Agora.
Yeah.
Agora!
Yeah.
Thank you, Thyia. Thank
I
you.
couldn't
I was
think
gonna
of
say
it.
bizarre.
Bizarre. We're gonna go to the.
That's Persia.
We're gonna go to the. Fuck. We're gonna go to the Agora. So, as you make your way to the Agora, let me tell you a little bit about what you see. Cat, this is exactly where you can. Oh, I know. I'm sorry. Okay, you make your way in. You're in the Low City. This is all about the wrong thing. There we go. You see all kinds of things being sold. Barley, wheat, olives, flax, sheep, gold, wool, spears, armor. It seems that there's like a good bronze sort of sale going on here. Very good prices. Crafts of those kinds are booming, to be sure. And you see people sort of gathered around and people talking in the square. You're looking for what people are talking about. Anything specifically? Is it about the situation?
Yeah, the queen specifically, and like what she said and did to anger the gods.
Make me a insight check to kind of like move around the square, hear what people are talking about.
I got an 8.
An 8. All right. You hear the most obvious stuff. The most. Oh, by the way, my apologies. There is a temple to Ares in the city. So that is the one temple I missed. There is a place of worship for Ares. But in the meantime, you only hear the most basic stuff, which is that people talk about this these politics between Hera and Apollo priests within the city, how they, combat each other about the queen. The Apollons say that she has too much hubris. The Heron priests say that she's the pride of the city. You would hear some people, calling for something to be done. Others arguing with them to shut up. Shut up. One little thing I'll give you for fun. That isn't established yet then. Yeah, that's kind of what you hear, I'm afraid. People kind of talking about it. less philosophically and more about just the sharing of the news, kind of their opinions of things.
Yeah, that makes sense. Could I go to the jeweler?
Jeweler, sure. You make your way back around and up towards the palace. I imagine the only jewelers around would probably be the jewelers of the palace. People in middle, lower class don't really have their own jewelers, like custom-made jewelry. They probably get what they like traded. So you head back up to the palace. You'll find the queen's jeweler, and she will say, welcome, welcome. What can I do for you?
Yes, I'm looking for a ring, and preferably with emerald bits in it.
An emerald ring. You have good tastes. Let me just see what that would cost. I go look for expensive shit.
Or she's like trying to.
You're muted.
While she's trying to figure out how much it costs, she'll ask, so you set up shop in the palace, you service the queen and king themselves. Sorry, the echo's really bad.
I know. Sorry, I'm multitasking here. She says, yes, of course I do. I mean, who else in the city has the coin to afford custom-made jewelry?
Not many, I expect. I am curious. You've heard the rumors, right? Going around town about the queen, and well, I couldn't expect them to be true, and you know her. I was curious if you had thoughts on it.
Make a persuasion check. She's going to say to you, do you wish for this ring gold? It's gold and emerald?
Sure. I would like to know my options, actually. I'm still shopping around a bit.
A gold ring with an emerald in it, a most rare gemstone. I could have that made for you for 750 gold pieces.
Ah, a fine price, I'm sure. And so you asked for a persuasion check. Can I do this at advantage from, I don't know, we'll say Hera, because I want to know, I don't know, I feel like that's appropriate.
Yeah, I feel like that's appropriate. Little girl talk. Yeah, probably would ask for a god that makes sense at the end of the day. That's great. Yeah, she make what's the roll? What'd you get?
I didn't make it because I wanted to call the advantage first.
Fair enough.
Let's see, 15.
Okay, yes. Actually, please hold for quest number 1.
Vasaliki has no intentions of actually buying a ring.
Okay.
I just wanted an in so I could talk to the person who knows the queen.
Yeah, she's definitely like looking at you with the look of someone who's like indulging you, but you see her eyes wander up and down you and knows you have no ability to afford such finery. It goes, so what'd you get? What was the roll one more time?
15.
15. Oh, of course. Everyone knows the rumors. The queen is a proud woman, and she should be. Could you imagine giving birth to 14 children? Ah, what an honor. She must have the favor of Hera.
Sure she does. What did she say and do? I've never, you see, I'm going to a dinner with the queen tonight, and I'm curious to know who I dine with. What is What does she say of her children?
Well, that's the funny thing between me and you. She doesn't say much about her children's accomplishments because there hasn't been many. But that's, I suppose, not her point when she boasts. She boasts that she has so many wonderful children. I am a little harsh, I shouldn't say that. They're wonderful children. They all have their own interests and all have their own successes. Some are being groomed to be Amphion's heirs, King Amphion's heirs. The queen is very proud. She requires a great deal of. If you want to do well with her, you should treat her with. Treat her for the marvel she believes she is. Well, that she truly is, in fact. She requires a great deal of praise. Every movement, every moment demands reverence in her presence. She is larger than life, you see. As for what she says specifically, well, I really shouldn't say this, but they say that she boasts having a greater motherhood than even some of the gods. Being capable of having even more children than even some of them.
Well, that is most helpful. Thank you for sharing the tips tonight. I appreciate your help and your fine artisan work here as well.
Thank you. Well, you come back if you need anything, Jules, anything created. But it was nice talking to you. Don't always have something to do around here.
It was a pleasure. And she'll introduce herself as Vasaliki.
A pleasure to meet you, Vasaliki. I also have a name. But we're probably never going to see each other again, so let's not worry about it.
That's okay. I won't make you suffer. Yeah, that's really all. I just wanted to try to...
Oh no, it's okay. My name is Efrosni, so... Oh, that sounded way simpler than I meant it to. I picked the longest word on my generator. Anyway, fuck off. And you leave. I'm kidding, just say that. But yeah, you take off. Romulus, my apologies. You would have seen a Temple of Ares entering if you would have had a mind to. But there's much to be done in the city if you wish. What would you like to do?
I would like to have an audience with Her Majesty's children.
Oh boy. There is a whole bunch of children. They're all doing their own thing. They all don't stay in the same place. That's for sure. So I'll give you a couple. Tell you what, roll me a d4. See how many you run into at once.
I think I'd kind of be looking for the oldest.
All right.
You know, because I feel like they would have more
to say,
experience about their or towards their mother and how she acts. You said a D4?
Yeah.
A 2.
All right, you're gonna find 2 of them. Just give me a moment. I'm just grabbing his name, whoever he may be. Maybe this guy. Sorry. Having a little technical difficulty here for just a sec. Should be good in a second. Whatever. I'm gonna say it's this guy. You run into, one of the sons who seems to be looking. Oh, there it is. The moment I start to move on. Let's see here. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, you run into one of them. You're referred to him. He's known as Tantalus the Younger. That is what they call him. Yeah, you see this. He has Amphion's features. Young man. You know, he's considered a man by Greek standards, but probably not older than his 20s. He has like a slate that he's probably reading over. Now that the king's back, there might be some trading of information going on. He has a couple of servants helping him out. But he turns to you and sort of bows deeply. He says, "Welcome, Romulus, guest of my father, son of Ares. It is an honor to have you in our halls. Is there anything I can do to assist you?"
As a matter of fact, yes. I was hoping to speak with, well, some of your mother's children, and I happened upon you. It would be of great help if you could tell me a little bit about your mother, how she raised you, how she brought you up.
Of course. And before he could finish, you see this other young woman come down. She has also blonde hair. They're pretty much all blonde. But yeah, blonde, fair skin. She comes over similarly with a slate. She goes, she's not like really looking up. She goes, brother, I had 3 goats slaughtered for tonight's feast. Is that in... She looks up and sees you. She is near an age to him. Actually, I apologize. I'd say he's a bit... The two of them are a bit older. Maybe like mid-20s.
Okay.
Actually, considering how many children they are, and they are the eldest. And she goes... She bows with great reverence. She goes, I'm so sorry. I apologize. I didn't mean to interrupt you two. And Tantalus says, allow me to introduce my sister. This is Coloris. She is the eldest. Well, we are the eldest. I am the oldest and the eldest son, and she is the eldest daughter. So we have our tribes.
I see. For reference, Romulos is like 18. So.
Oh, he's older than you. Okay, yeah. But nonetheless, they pay you with reference. You're a demigod, after all.
He probably doesn't look like an average 18-year-old.
Well, you're also an elf, right? So,
Timeless.
Timeless, exactly. Yeah, they probably have a difficult time gauging your age, but nonetheless, treat you with reverence. You're a son of a god. And Clor says, I can come back later. I don't mean to interrupt you two talking.
Well, I would be remiss if you did not stay. You see, I was just asking your brother about your mother. Basically, I guess I'll ask the same to you. Just some things about your mother. How she brought you up, how she raised you, how she handled your accomplishments and your failures.
My mother is she's wonderful. She's a great mother. She has had many of us children, too many of them, in my opinion. And she kind of like maybe said that a little like jokingly, and maybe kind of like almost looks like she wished she could pull that back in if she could. But she continues. She says,
He watches them with a smile on his face,
absolutely,
just like happy to hear about their experience is what he's trying to convey.
Understood. So she kind of keeps going, and she says, she's wonderful. She treats us well. She's a mother to us. She helped raise us. Well, she raised us with the help of our many servants and nurses. And I don't know what else is there to be said. She's, and then Tantalus says, is this about her pride, let's say? Know that it is a great topic in the city these days.
Indeed. That is why I come here. I wish to gain insight on why someone would have so much pride.
My mother is, as they say, she is very proud. She's larger than life a bit. She demands to be treated with every etiquette, every hospitality. She's very easy to offend. She's, but very proud, very, very proud of what she's accomplished as a mother. She wasn't always this way, but after child number 10, she started to think of herself quite blessed, and she's just very charismatic, very, very vain, I suppose.
Remind me, who was child number 10?
A meteorite comes down and hits the entire building, kills everybody. He says one of the fucking other 12 names.
Okay, I was just checking for any relevance.
No, there's no. Because no, there's no relevance. Just a gradual growing of appreciation for her abilities.
I mean, in my mind, any queen that is able to bear as many sons and daughters that she has obviously has some favor with the goddess Hera, or
Most certainly. Most certainly. And she's quite proud, and she should be proud. Her husband is a son of Zeus, and she has produced 14 children. She probably believes that she's secured her family's glory. And she has. There's 14 of us. I mean, it would be impossible for our line to die now.
indeed.
Such fertility can only come from the gods themselves. Have you ever heard someone bearing even close to 14 children?
Not anywhere near here.
Well, I mean, the legends tell of Zeus, right? He has many, many, many children. And so now too does my father. So too does now my mother. It's a divine thing to have so many children. So that's all that's really to be said. My mother can be more than a little vain, more than a little excited by her own fame. But she's a good woman.
I heard you, he'll gesture to the sister. I heard you offering 3 goats. To whom did you slaughter the goats for?
Well, 2 of them were for the feast this evening, and the 3rd was a sacrifice for Apollo. I am a little more worried of my mother's behavior than my brother probably should be. The gods are fierce when offended. And it worries me, it terrifies me, if I'm being honest. Her brother kind of gives her, not a mean, scowlable look, but does give her like a little, like his eyes train over towards her. She kind of goes, but our mother she's our mother. she's entitled to her excitements, of course. She's the queen.
That could be understood. And then he'll
I
kind of,
really. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, he'll kind of, unchanging his face, kind of look over to the brother. And what of reverence to the gods did your mother teach you?
She taught us of the
Has she
god.
shown reverence, reverence to the gods herself?
Well, of course, she's and much of the half of the city believes so, probably as well as she is that she has the favor of Hera. She's as pious as anybody, and I do mean that. He does say that somewhat falteringly, like he doesn't fully believe it, because our family pays offerings to the gods yearly, as is the custom, and all is well. All is well.
Well, and please know that what I am about to tell you is not to frighten you, but more so to help you. Because I do want to help your mother. There are some that do not want to offer a chance. What if I told you that it has been foreseen that if your mother does not adjust her pride, that there will be dire consequences?
You see the sister starts to look a little. She starts to fidget with her garb, her outfit, whatever. Looking very, very nervous. Tantalus looks over to his sister. I'm trying to get them all right here. Chloris. He says, Chloris, it's okay. Why don't you go back to planning the feast? You are surely needed. She goes, of course, of course. It was a pleasure to meet you, and I will see you at the feast this evening. Great, Romulos. And she'll.
As I will see you.
And she makes her way down the hall. Had a little bow, not in shame or anything like that, but almost in consideration. And the brother says, I apologize. My sister is. The whole ordeal has her a bit shaken.
I think she is right to be shaken.
Perhaps. My father is he's the son of Zeus. He'd surely defend us from any kind of repercussions, and our families paid homage, and besides, it's just foolish rumor. I'm sure everything will be fine. What do you mean by this danger? Surely there can't be anything actually coming from all of this. She's just proud of herself, that's all.
I am debating whether or not to bestow the full knowledge to you, for it may come to pass, but I will say this. I wanted to speak to the eldest, as I felt you had the most experience with your mother. And if anyone, namely being her most prized creations on this planet, would be able to convince her to allow her to see the repercussions of her actions, it would be you or your sister or whoever, her children. But I fear that if you do not along with your siblings, convince your mother.
Maybe persuasion check.
Mhm.
Or an intimidation, because you're kind of implying a threat of danger.
I'll
Good
try
choice.
to do persuasion if that's okay.
Sure.
Yep, inspiration. That's better. 17.
17. He goes, I'll see what I can do. My mother's not one to be told that she's wrong about anything. But I will speak with her and see what I can do.
Very well. And he'll does he like go to get up, or does he just kind of stay there with his slate?
I guess if you two were kind of like standing in the hall, he was kind of like making arrangements and stuff. So I assume you two are kind of like standing in some hall of the palace.
Okay. Romulus will put a hand on his shoulder. If she does not change her mind and appreciate the gods for her grandest achievement, and I fear the gods will not take their anger out on her directly. And he'll look for that bit of understanding.
You see, make me an intimidation check.
18.
You can tell like he doesn't know what to make of it, because people threaten the wrath of the gods all the time, right?
Yeah.
To different people, right? He being a demigod, he's taking your words rather seriously, though. And he definitely has a look of fear in his eyes. So
Okay. So it's like fully planted home, like something really bad could come to, her.
yeah, you struck in the fear of God, so to speak. He's like, oh, okay. He's getting that this is a serious ordeal for sure.
If you love your mother, as I'm sure you do, work with your siblings and try to talk to your mother.
Okay, I will. I'll speak to my siblings. There's many of us. I'll speak to them. See what I can. She won't ignore the voice of many of us. I'll see what I can do.
Very well.
Okay.
And for your sake and your siblings and your mother, your family, I hope all goes well.
Right. Okay. I should be going, by the sounds of things. Thank you for your counsel, son of Ares.
Anytime.
You see, as he says son of Ares, it leaves his lips with almost a confusion. How you're kind of like trying to give him this mercy, and he's like, son of Ares. You see there's a little like, this is weird, in his eyes. And he'll turn and he'll go do something.
All right.
Okay.
Done.
Any last things anyone wants to do before the feast this evening? I think we've covered a lot of bases.
Do we want to speak with the father, the king first?
Yeah, probably. I would like to do that before the dinner.
All right, for sure.
On the way in from the Agora, Thyia would like to find cooking supplies.
Okay, absolutely. You can go ahead and mark that off. That is certainly not
Thank
something
you.
in short supply. Absolutely. So sure. Thrasius and Candybus, you guys make your way up the stairs and you find your way to the chambers of Amphion. You actually find your way to the throne room where he's holding sort of like a private session with his counselors, and he's got various slates. And he says, and he goes, well, what the rations should be distributed now that they're coming in more steadily. How are we doing on stocks for the winter? And he goes, oh, look who's up and alive. He kind of waves to the consuls, all kind of bow and kind of step out. And he will stand and he'll say, I see the great beast has the constitution of legends. It seems down one moment, up the next. How is your head?
Clearing with every hour.
Good, good. Will you be attending our feast? It is not every day that Thebes will have a minotaur at its table.
I have every intention to.
Excellent, excellent. Well, good, good. Was there something that you two needed? I'm rather busy. I've been away for a while, and there's much to catch up on.
Do you want to tell him, or do you want me to?
Go ahead. And I slap Candybus with guidance.
Oh.
Oh! Ping pong.
Well, good king. The situation with your wife, it seems to be dire at the moment. I think it needs immediate attention.
Dire. That's quite it's a word. I take it very seriously. I love my wife. She's been very good to me. She's been very good for the children. I'll do all I can to juggle everything. I have a great deal to tend to now that I have returned. Your help would certainly be appreciated, but my wife is not one to be told much of anything, really. She's, well, she has the pride of a god, almost.
Well, perhaps I should put some things into context. We've spoken with at least 2 oracles, and it seems that there are certain gods at play that have really taken offense to what is going to happen, and it could result in the death of your children.
What's the death of my children?
Yes, all of them.
Is this some kind of joke? I mean, I knew that Artemis and Apollo were angered, but how could you know this?
It's been prophesized.
By
That's
who?
why I think from at least 2 different oracles. We just came from the Temple of Apollo, and they seemed very freaked out about what they're seeing.
The Thyia in my city declared that all of my children will be slaughtered.
I would say declare, prophesized.
Holds his arms. That's. Things have changed much since I've left.
This is why I think this requires immediate attention.
I will speak to her at the feast tonight. I'll speak with her at the feast tonight. This is all just a big misunderstanding. She's pride, and she's right to have pride. Yes, it has gone a little out of hand. She's a good woman, though. And she surely has the favor of Hera. Hera would protect her. How are they? What did they say? What did they say about how will my Were they to be slaughtered, or sickness, or what? You know what?
You know,
Don't tell me. I
prophecies don't usually have those kind of details. It was just that
Sure.
her hubris would result in this.
I will have the palace checked to make sure that there's no security issues that have come up due to my wife in our absence. I will speak to her and have this problem resolved immediately. I wish it could be immediately. As you can understand, I have a great deal to do, and to leave one thing, another suffers.
I understand, but
I
you know the machinations of the gods just as well as I do.
I do. I will speak with her at length this evening.
Okay. Hopefully that won't be too late.
Hopefully your oracles are wrong. Hopefully, yes, and she can be brought to see reason.
If there's anybody that can prove the oracle's wrong, it's us.
It's true. This will be a challenge. She's not one to usually take no for an answer for just about anything. Okay. Thank you for your counsel, Candybus.
Right. Thrasius, you have anything else?
I look forward to the feast, Your Highness.
I find myself less enthusiastic as I was a moment ago. But yes, you're most welcome. Candybus, I want you to roll me a persuasion check. You can have, of course, the guidance, just to see how seriously Amphion takes this.
That'll be 17 plus the persuasion, or plus the guidance.
Yeah, 1d4.
Another one, so 18.
Another 18. Yeah. He goes, okay, Gus. I'll just simply say that, like, with all of that he said, he does take this very seriously, and you feel an urgency has been brought to him that maybe wasn't as much there before. He knew the gods were upset, but he didn't think it would go this far. Now he knows he's got to do something.
The stakes at hand.
Yeah, he understands the stakes a little better now. Absolutely. Fantastic. So with that, Amphion kind of says, "You may go," and dismisses you, being the king. And the counselors sort of enter within.
And before I leave, I'm
yeah.
sorry, quick thing. I would ask the king. I would say it's the king. Before you meet with your wife and discuss these matters, I may extend a blessing to you if you request it. That may aid you in convincing her.
A blessing? What kind of blessing? Like some?
It's something I know that could help.
It's just some blessing. You want to perform some witchcraft on me?
It would help. What I would offer would help. It would be a small thing.
I'm okay. Thank you, though. I suppose. Thank you.
If you so wish, I will see you at the feast, my king.
Very well. And you leave, and he leaves a little unsettled. Yeah, you get the sense that it was a little too ominous for him to agree to. It's just a blessing. Don't worry about it. It's a trifling thing. Yeah. Is there anything any of the other three would like to do before the feast, or are you guys ready for some goat, some roasted goat?
I was hoping we would all have time to talk to each other before we go into feast.
Yeah, presumably you guys will get a little dressed up. Feast isn't a place for, like, armor.
So yes, I did want to find out what everybody found out, and maybe talk and stuff before we go into tonight.
Sure,
what I was
but before we do, absolutely, before we do that, just to see if there's anybody else who has private errands to do, I'm going to say Candybus and Thrasius went to speak to Amphion, and so they're going to be unavailable for this chat. Romulus, Vasaliki, is there anything you two wanted to do? This is kind of like the last, hour before the feast is where we were sitting in the timeline. So Candybus and Thyia went and spoke to the king. What about you two?
I would like to take a bath.
That's very fair. Yeah, you take a little extra time yourself. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty cool. You haven't had a bath of this quality before, I would imagine, Vasaliki, in like a tub with hot water and like oils and incenses. You're like, maybe they've got a couple things in the south that are like okay. What about you, Romulus? Are you available, or are you have plans?
No, I think I'd go off to my room and wait. Yeah.
Okay. Then I would say, Thyia, if you go looking for your friends, the only one that you would really find is Romulus. You guys can all kind of speak around at the feast a little bit. You'll be in mixed company, but Romulus is the only one who seems to have returned. Or at least is the only one available.
Okay, well then, I think what she would probably try to do is like take a bath and get ready for the shindig and hope that we were gonna try to get together.
Yeah.
She would like to only have this conversation once.
Got it.
As opposed to 4 different times, if that is possible.
Yeah, Vasaliki would get back in with time to debrief, because she would be curious what everyone else figured out.
Okay. Then you can speak with Romulus and Vasaliki. If you wish, or not.
Yeah, I would just be very interested in what your days were like and what you found out. And I need to talk to Candybus.
Yeah, can we wait for Candybus and Thrasius to...
You guys can wait, but you're going to run out of time if you do. So, yeah, you guys decide to wait. And Candybus and Thrasius show up within, like the feast is about to start. And they basically show up with enough time to, throw on the clothes that's been left for them and head over to the feast. So you guys kind of run out of time.
Oh, well, I just asked. I mean, if I would tell Thyia, I don't know why you're so against us, talking about this. But I would tell Thyia what I figured out about the queen, that she said some pretty bad things, and she's probably deserving of the god's wrath.
Yeah, so as close as I am hearing, it sounds like everything is based on that she has many children. And I wonder if she's thinking about those children, does she think she is blessed by Hera? Because if she's blessed by Hera, she's not like a common woman, and it is not fair for her to compare herself to gods, right? Because what position does that put? You don't, if you care about someone who is making it so you can do a thing that you could not do otherwise, then you do not rub it in the face of other friends. So it puts Hera in bad position, because now she has to be okay, but Leto, who is mother of Artemis, and Apollo, who are very angry, well, she has the hurt feelings, and I did not bless you for you to make my friend and her children have the hurt feelings, right? Could we broach this as breach of decorum is, I think, the way. Do you think it is Angle? That whether she believes it or not, she was simply making Hera in bad position to say so.
this is what you wish to say to the queen.
You're not there,
Well-
Thrasius.
Oh, never mind.
I think there's something to be said for quality over quantity. Perhaps the queen had many children, but they're not near as great as Apollo and Artemis. That could be perhaps soothing to Leto.
Yes, but we do not have to soothe Leto. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that is the problem is that she, as mortal, insults goddess, but she could only do what she do because she's blessed by other goddess. Right? So it does not matter about quality. I say the argument I'm making is that she should have never said such things to begin with. Because she was out of line because she is not doing it all on her own.
So perhaps Hera has right to be wrathful as well.
Indeed, is what I am saying.
Well, hopefully at dinner we can convince her to humble herself before the gods and ask for mercy.
Otherwise, it will be, I think, bad time.
I think so. What did you find out, Romulus?
Well, it would seem that her two eldest very much love her. They seem to be raised wonderfully, as can be expected from children born into a royal line. I mean, they seem to be. Well, the eldest daughter is a bit more wary of the whole situation and the rumors being spread. The eldest son tried to brush it off, so it would seem that with my words and revealing a bit about what could possibly happen, that he is taking it a bit more seriously now. I have told him and partially his sister to gather up all the siblings and try to convince their mother for their family's well-being. I'm not sure when this will happen, but hopefully, if her most prized creations cannot convince her, then maybe it was meant to be.
It's like her fate's in her own hands, depending on her actions. In some ways.
Yes.
I have favor with both Apollo and Artemis, so depending on how she reacts to this information, I may have an audience with the two of them, perhaps, if it's worth arguing for her and the lives of her children, I suppose.
I would say so, yes.
Right. Well, I guess let's go to dinner and see what happens. I think it's going to be dramatic. I can't wait.
Probably pretty bad, yes.
Okay. With that, we can go to the feast if that's what we're ready to do.
Oh shit, I'm gonna be so late.
Oh, balls. Okay, let's go. Let's go to. Yeah, I don't know. East Hall, that's okay. it's a great feast hall. Technically kind of like a bank, but it's fine. Okay, I gotta change up the... Nah. Gotta find the right one. What this guy? Yeah, they're placing wire music going on. Let's get some happy tavern music going on here. Okay, you guys find yourselves entering into the fine feast hall where the smell of roasted meats, wine, incense. This is very much a king's feast. It's delightful, very, very nice. You find no small shortage of things to enjoy with. You are kind of seen entering the hall, the five of you. Everybody all looks over to Thrasius within the hall with great interest. He's sort of, there are 4 guests of honor and like a special feature kind of thing is the idea. Like, oh, and they're astonished to see these 4 like proud demigods, friends of Amphion. You will see everybody is looking over to Thrasius with fear and like awe. Like, is it vicious? Why is it not on a chain? Perhaps. And there's a fear there to be sure. Everybody is present except for the king and the queen, and there is kind of almost like this understanding in the hall that we don't address the loud arguing sounds coming from the next room over that are muffled by the door. And everyone just kind of continues about their goings on and pretends that that's not happening out of respect, though awkward as it is. But yes, muffled kind of, the height, the peaks of the volume can kind of be heard through the door, and everyone just pretends it's not happening. But you are all approached by, let's see here. Once more, you are approached by Tantalus II, the younger. And he says, Romulus, it is good to see you again. Welcome. I haven't got the chance to meet all of you. I am Prince Tantalus the Younger. I am my father's eldest, and I wanted to welcome you to the feast. Now that you're here, we can probably start. I'm sure my father will only be a moment longer. My father and mother. Feel free to enjoy some of the festivities. You know Zethus, my father's brother, my uncle. There are some priests present. By all means, enjoy the room. It shouldn't be long before the feast begins.
Very well. Thank you for your hospitality.
Of course, we try and do everything we can to please the law of the gods. Kind of like looks up almost as he says that. Right. I'm gonna have a lovely. We will speak later. Have a lovely.
Thank you.
And he will meander away. You would see off in the corner Romulus Caloris kind of goes up to him and kind of like asks him something like, really, like, how did it go? And he knows it's gives her just like, everything's going great. There's nothing to worry about, right? There isn't anything to worry about. And that's the general vibe there. But yes, as was said, there's a number of aides and consuls and like the wife's friends, ladies in waiting kind of thing, and But the more interesting individuals would probably be there are some priests present of different priesthoods. And Zethus seems to be surrounded by familiar elite warriors on your side over there, my child of Dionysus. But yeah, what would you like to do?
Do I hear what? Sorry, you go first.
I think I want to do the same thing. I want to see if I can hear what they're saying.
Me
But-
too. I 100%.
But
If you
not
Trying to clock that
nonchalantly.
T.
Me too.
there is zero chance you are nonchalantly listen, walking up to that door where everyone knows the sound is coming from, and not like there's no way. It's just not possible.
Well, I don't want to walk up to the door. So if I can't hear it, I can't hear it. That's fine. But like,
Yeah, it's very muffled. You could hear like the heights of volumes, like catch a word here and there, just like anybody. But if you really wanted to eavesdrop, you got to approach the door and you got to stand there for a bit, and everyone's gonna see it.
Yeah.
Okay. But you can. Be bold if you wish. Anybody else? Who else?
You know
I have
what?
one thing myself. But yo, go ahead, Candybus. Go ahead.
You know what this room needs? We need a little bit of music. It's a little too silent in here. Am I right?
Help party!
Alright, Candybus, give me a little performance check.
Yeah, I'm gonna play the song that Apollo played at the in the Colosseum after we slayed the elephant, I believe.
Yeah. All right. Emulate
Ooh, natural 19 for a 26.
26. You do your best to recreate the music, and you certainly, wow, we're excited. This is the song. It's like, how's he playing flutes at the same time? This is crazy. No, you play this, you do your best to like emulate the music that Apollo played, and it's the simplicity of what he brought forth in certain measures is easy enough to recreate, but there's something about the soul of it, like the measure of it, that you haven't quite conquered. And and there's occasional parts where he just performs these impossibly complex like pieces that aren't complex for the sake of complex. You know what I mean? Like they're actually good. Like some people are just like, they'll rap really fast to show that they can rap really fast. It's not like that. And you do your best to emulate it, and to you, Candybus, you're like, God, like there's just, you're like, I'm so shit. Like there's just no, like in your, because you're like, you're not half as good as Apollo, but to everyone else in the room, they're stunned. You know, it's they listen to you with awe, and you're maybe looking at the wire with like a little bit more intensity than people might expect for the sound that is being produced. It's very much like when you go to the orchestra and you see these people who are dedicated to their craft, but the music they're producing, like, it's beautiful, and it's like there's a contrast of seriousness versus the beauty of artistry, and everyone listens, and everyone is just like hypnotized by the music. I will say that you four are certainly appreciative, but a little less hypnotized than others may be, as you are grown accustomed to the skill of Candybus. You're a little more jaded to it. But everyone listens rapt, and the whole room pauses to listen to your song, Candybus. And maybe the priests of Apollo look exceptionally appreciative of the performance. Perhaps they don't even know why, but they do. Excellent.
And maybe this creates an opening for somebody to stick their ear on the wall.
Maybe it does. Would you guys like to attempt some stealth checks to kind of go here? I'll say this has certainly opened the floor to a stealth check.
Well, it's not going to be me.
A man who understands his own abilities. Come on, Ranger. Be bold.
I want to so bad.
Then do it.
Do it.
What's the worst they're gonna do?
But
There's music and then there's music, so Thyia is
That's totally fair.
I'm gonna use another advantage that I have.
All right.
It'll be from Artemis this time. Sure.
Okay.
Covering our bases.
Okay. Oh boy. 23.
Yeah, you pull the whole and nobody really notices. You make your way close enough. Give me a perception check now. 11 is fine. 11 is more than it's fine. You generally hear Amphion saying like it's about what you'd expect. He's like, damn it, woman! I'm telling you, this needs to stop. You're going to bring a curse upon our whole family. And she says, don't be such a coward. And she's going off at him, and she's like, she goes, Hera has blessed me. Why should I hide my pride? I am the queen of Thebes. I am the queen to King Amphion, the son of Zeus. And you tell me I should not be proud? Where is your honor? Are you sure you're a son of Zeus? And he says, I may be the son of Zeus and I may be proud, but I also recognize the signs. The priests have said it enough. The temple of Apollo is in an uproar over this. And she goes, and the temple of Hera has never been so prideful. She goes, perhaps you should bring some loyalty back after scanting across the country. Bring some loyalty back. Have you heard the things they're saying about me? What is your defense for me? You go out there, and she's just. I could go on, but she's just saying like, oh, you're a coward. You should be as proud as I. And Hera has blessed us, and you are the son of Zeus. When have Hera and Zeus gotten along so well? You should be proud, and not listen to the naysayers. And where is your balls and all of this, and he's like you're gonna bring the gods will be angered at us, and she's like the gods have shown us nothing but favor. You're giving into superstition. And she goes, the oracles have spoken. He goes, the oracles speak foolishness half the time, and all of these things, and the doors kind of open at the end of Candybus. There's applause, and the doors kind of fly open, and Vasaliki, you're like, oh shit! And the doors fly open, and you're gonna see Niobe come out very much with the haughty speed of someone who's just been in a bit of a debate, but you can see the smile and the pride is returned to her. She's kind of, whatever, that kind of energy. She comes out and kind of applauds as well, and Amphion comes out with a look of what the fuck am I gonna do a bit, and Niobe immediately is like, incredible performance, and comes forward over to you, Candybus, as if trying to soak in some of your glory next to hers, and said, the honored guests of our hall today, Candybus, the lips of desire, who plays as miraculously as Apollo himself. Let's hear it for him. And there's another applause.
I wouldn't go that far, but thank you.
Goes, oh, you should be more bold. Let us sit and let us begin the feast, yes? And she goes, why don't you all sit next to me and my husband? Have you met all of you've met all of my children. Please come. And she takes your hand, Candybus, and leads you over to the table. Not in a flirtatious way, but in a you're my pet for the evening kind of thing. He goes, and you've brought a Minotaur to my hall. Let him sit close. I want to be seen with the Minotaur. And immediately you guys all sit down. Everybody sits down, and courses are set, and Amphion kind of stands at the end of the table, and he says, thank you, Thank you, everyone. And then they all applaud Amphion. He goes, oh, thank you, guest. He goes, oh, welcome home, my king. And they go, yes, welcome home, my king. And they all applaud. He goes, thank you. Then they go, a song from the great King Amphion, his magical lyre. And he goes, okay, very well. And they go, woo! He goes, all right. You can see that there's clearly a toast he wishes to make of some kind. And he settles in with his lyre at the end of the table, and everybody listens to his song. And he performs well. Nearly, but not quite as good as Candybus. With his magic lyre. He seems a little distracted. Still top.
Still.
No, actually, I rolled with disadvantage because he's pretty severely distracted this evening. No, he's definitely under your level, Candybus. You definitely stole the show. It is worth noting that he plays like a nice song, an enjoyable song to hear. It isn't probably much better than a troubadour, a traveling bard you might hear along the road. But what is interesting about it is the magic that comes with it. That as he plucks the lyres, you almost see the stones in the walls sort of almost wave a little bit with the tones, or maybe stones kind of like shift out of the wall silently and back into the wall quietly, as if the walls themselves dance to his music. And that tension that you've locked in, Thyia, you see it kind of just kind of lifts.
Oh, did Thyia spike my drink?
And everyone watches with astonishment, as this is often a part of it. And he bows, and there's an applause, and King Amphion says, thank you. This is so wonderful to be back with my loyal host of consuls and family. My gods, how blessed are we in this hall for such wonderful family and for such wonderful guests. And where would we be without the blessings of the gods to have seen these many things happen? We have surely been blessed. My wife has been blessed to produce so many wonderful children, as we've gone on and on about. But we have been blessed in many ways. I myself, by my own father, to be acknowledged by him as a demigod, by Hermes, who gave me this beautiful lyre that our walls might be built, and to all the gods, to the sun that rises to warm and light our fields, that Demeter's blessings might take hold, and the moon that helps us harvest in the evening when the last moment is struck, and Ares and Athena, the gods of war, who saw to it, as I hear, saved our lands thanks to a great warrior hero who came and saved us. So let's raise our glasses to all the gods and respect each and every one, for all deserve our fear, our piety, for they are both merciful and wrathful, and glorious are they. So here's to Olympus and all of its gods.
Here, here.
And there's a...
To Olympus.
To Olympus.
Olympus.
To Olympus.
Ryan.
Go ahead, yeah.
Would it be better if I offered it to Olympus, would it be better if I drank it or if I poured it in the fire as sacrifice to them?
You would know that would certainly be a tasteful thing to do. Absolutely, like sacrificing some of the drink from your goblet to the fire or even to the floor is very tasteful. That's a very good assessment.
I'll pour it into the fire as a sacrifice to Dionysus. Why not?
What did you say? He was missed in the roll call there. Dionysus. Pour a little in there.
I'll pour it all in there for him. Why not?
Sure. You pour all of it in there.
Probably don't need any more alcohol today anyway.
Yeah. Someone will come and refill your goblet. This is like not even close. What you're drinking tonight is not even like in ancient Greece, to get too drunk wasn't tasteful. And that's not why these days it's all about binge drinking, where you drink and you get fucked up and you jump on a table, Back then it was to sort of like loosen up and like find a nice way. And wine was very much watered down back then. So that's what you're given. You're given I think it's like 2 parts water, 1 part wine was the custom back then. So this is very like moderate, easy to drink, not too intense drink. You're refilled, but you do so. Some other people follow suit, impressed that the Minotaur shows such piety. And I'll give you an inspiration for that. That was very, very good thinking there. Thrasius. And then to Dionysus. And Amphion says, indeed, with so many blessings of the gods, and with this great meal before us, I would ask our priests to come forward and speak prayers to the gods now before we feast, to pay tribute to all this city owes and to all each of us owe to the many gods of Olympus. In which point there will be a series of prayers as you guys sit in front of the delicious hot food and kind of have to wait a little bit, and the Apollians speak, and they say, blessings of Apollo, may his light rain down. I'm not going to bore you with it, but it goes on for a little bit. They maybe say like a good 3 to 5 minute speech each. One for Apollo. This is bright one with golden hair who rides the chariot of fire. May the sun always find its path, and may it gloriously light our way, and so on. The next one is Artemis. A couple of female priestesses of Artemis will say, as the moon holds high in the sky, may it be the eye of Artemis as she watches us and ensures our arrows strike true on the hunt. May our tables be plentiful with the meat of the hunt, and may we know the wisdom of the wilds, and may we know the freedom that Artemis presents, and so on, so on, so on. And then they get to Leto, their mother, and say, may the mother of Apollo and the mother of Artemis be honored as well, for she is one of humility, and she is one of, to which she is interrupted, as Queen Niobe stands up, doubling down on her impiety, and waves her hand, speaking over the priest. And she is going to say, sorry, I've got it here. Sorry, back there it is. She goes, why honor a mother of 2 when I have given birth to 12? Honor Thebes, and honor Hera, and honor me for love's sake. And there's a moment of like, she's the queen. There's a breath of a pause before the court's gonna kind of probably just, she's the queen. You all have a moment in that pause to say something, do something, as she makes this declaration. Does anyone do anything?
I want to insight check the family members of the queen as she says this.
Some of them look a little like, yeah, that's her mom. Others are like, ooh, like nails on the chalkboard. Others are like, yeah. It's a mix. There's 17 of them. There's 14 of them. There's a mix of reactions. Anybody else? Thrasius immediately, his giant minotaur head swings down the table and looks at the children. And what does anybody else do? If anything, it's okay if the answer is no.
And were it not for the great Hera, then there would not be as many wonderful creations by the queen.
Some people are like, here to that. Vasaliki, I heard something from you. Did you want to say something? Oh, fuck. The hands are... What's going on?
So and referring back to Thyia and I's conversation earlier, she'll say, isn't it not quality over quantity that reigns supreme? Apollo and Artemis are 2 greatest of children that years could never amount to. How dare you speak in ill of the great goddess Leto, and it's time that you listen to your husband and are humbled before the gods and before your people here.
Well, it's not a competition. Let's keep.
So here's what I'm gonna say. She says that she goes, why worship the mother of 2 when I have not 14 children? Honor me. And Thrasius' head just goes down the table, like looking at the kids. Romulos go, and without Hera, who, and I'll say Vasaliki just like stands up and says and starts going, how do you know, and like says her little speech, and the hall like
Tactical nuke incoming.
tactical social nuke incoming. I'm going to end our session with Vasiliki rolling a religion or persuasion check. See how well this goes for you.
Want guidance?
No guidance here, man. You're in the middle of a. She said her piece. It's done now.
But I will take advantage from Apollo this time. And roll persuasion.
All right.
Oh man, 13.
Can I give you my
Let me come-
inspiration?
Yeah, if you want to give someone your inspiration,
Yeah. I'll give Vasiliki my inspiration.
then Vasiliki make one more roll.
Oh no, I have a 0 persuasion.
Or religion.
I have a -1.
Fuck. We're fucked, guys.
You want my inspiration?
Yeah,
I got 11.
Oh man.
You can have my inspiration I just got tonight.
Oh, there's only one inspiration per check, I think. And with that, on that 11, the whole room kind of goes silent. The tension is at an all-time peak. Niobe looks over to you with anger and challenge in her eyes, but that is where we'll pick up next session.
Oh boy. Let me just get out my
Zoinks.
stick.
This is-
Stir the pot.
Wow.
The ancient Greece game, baby. I can't just
Wow.
have her quieted down behind the scenes. We gotta be big in this game, you know? Go big or go home.
I love it, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, you should just see your fucking faces. And I was like, and her, you go roll like,
Dude, this
I
is like
know,
that
that was so
fucking
challenging.
The Office scene when Pam and what's his name
Jim.
Pam and Jim go to that dinner.
Oh, the dinner. I know what you're talking
Oh
about.
my
Like
God.
Michael Scott's and his Jan's dinner, or whatever her name was. The one
Yeah.
that had they were selling candles.
Yeah. Mom's just a little too much in her cups.
He's gonna Niobe's gonna throw a glass or whatever. She's gonna break it Amphion's small television. Wall mounted television.
he's gonna throw
It's an
his small
average-sized television.
his small kitchen-sized television at her.
That's something
Listen,
like
It's just a gesture.
we're trying real hard here, and she is.
I know.
She is not making it easy. She's
Also-
not making it. She's not having a moment where it is easy to love her, right?
alternate
Loving her
idea.
through this is going to be hard for all of us, I think.
Alternate idea. We try to convince Athena, Artemis and Apollo to try and strike her down or make her miserable instead of the
What
kids.
if you
Maybe
just killed her instead?
it's fine. The king's gonna.
That might be
follow
our
us.
job. I don't know.
Yeah, you guys,
maybe
you're like
if we
just
kill
you're just
her-
damage controlling at this point. You're like, look, we know she's fucked.
All right, we
What
gotta
do you
save
say you
14
just-
kids.
I throw my
Right.
spear at her.
Have you heard of the trolley problem?
I'll see you in an hour. I'll
Point is
see you
just
in an
damage
hour, Carmen.
Take care, folks.
Bye, guys.
Taylor, nice meeting you.
Yeah, good to meet you.
It feels like we'll try to figure this out next